We are back and we are live. No, we're not live. Sorry, we are back and we are record episode 10. Sam, you're back.
You're thrilled.
I am very thrilled.
Toe-face.
I felt very sad last week when the episode was missed. How did you feel like out in Morocco? Did you was you just enjoying life and just not too bothered?
It didn't play on my mind overly.
Okay. That's all I need
in the
to know.
sense, in the sense that I did. It didn't. But I feel bad not putting out content.
Did you at least think on Thursday like, oh, today would have been the day I would have shot Freshly Grounded? Did that thought maybe one for your mind?
I didn't think it.
You didn't.
Purely, I was
Enjoying it.
Yeah. I was locked off.
Okay.
Do you want to get that?
Nah, I think it's just it's a phone call.
What we should do is when we do Freshly Grounded, we take time out to the podcast. We should put our phone, like I've done, just away, so we can just focus on the matter at hand, just to give our viewers and our listeners the best value we can, rather than being distracted constantly by cell phones.
We talk about cell phones in
We
today's
talk
episode,
about being
don't we?
addicted to cell phones.
Yeah, we do. What else do we talk about in today's episode?
We talk about custard creams.
We do. We talk about the Cleveland killer.
Yes. We talk about Alex Jones.
We do. We also spoke about how you're actually darker skinned than me, but yet I look...
But I'm white.
Yeah, and I'm brown.
But who technically classed you as brown?
Don't know. Who did? It's all a bit weird. I'm still confused about that. Yeah. We talked about a bunch of stuff. We spoke about, who we've got on next week. We spoke about Sam's trip to Morocco. We spoke about my flight in a helicopter over London. I spoke about deep fried buttermilk chicken burger. We spoke about Chesterfield sofas, fake Chesterfield sofas, real Chesterfield sofas. We also spoke about our what we're planning to do for Freshly Grounded in Ramadan. We spoke about my dream of a Freshly Grounded tour.
Over and over and over and over again.
This podcast is brought to you by 59 50_9 on Instagram. A coffee and juice bar, 59 Stanhope Road. Fresh coffee, freshly grounded coffee, fresh juice, fresh snacks, goodness, health, vitality, well-being, positivity, greenness,
vibrations.
Yeah. And if you go to 59 and you quote Freshly Grounded over the counter, have you told the people that work there that to listen out for that? Okay, if we imagine if people go there like, hey man, Freshly Grounded, and they're like, yeah, and they're like, yeah, Freshly Grounded, like, let me get that thing, and they're like, what? I don't know.
I'll put it in the group.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anyone.
Just carry on.
Okay, if you go to 59. Quote Freshly Grounded, and
order an affogato.
Oh, sorry, yeah, you order affogato. I think is that might be how you pronounce it, and you get a free extra scoop of ice cream if you quote Freshly Grounded.
Just to the end of this month.
Just till the end of April, and then in June there'll be a new offer. Sorry, in May there'll be a new offer. Inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah.
Yes, can't wait for the new offer.
Do you know what? I can't wait for the new offer at Zaha. What's it going to be?
Ooh, it's going to stay the same.
Huh?
It's going to stay the same. It's going to stay the same.
Zaha.com.
IZAHA.com. Arabic style, Arabic inspired clothing, hats, caps, jumpers, t-shirts, not baseball bats. No baseball bats, I'm afraid.
Quote Freshly Grounded to receive 15% discount.
Yes, on any and everything.
Very generous.
Yes. And yeah, it is, isn't it? And lastly, brought to you by Flavor, Flavr, not Flavor, not Flavor for the Americans, not Flavor, but Flavor, Flavr. Branding, marketing, website design, iPhone applications, design, development.
Sweatshirt design.
Shirt design, not so much. Marketing campaigns, the lot. branding, marketing, advertising, creative content creation, you want to go to Flavor. Let's get into the episode. What number episode is this, Sam?
Number 10.
That's 10.
Double figures.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how to say 10 in other languages. 10. Eins, zwei, drei. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Episode 10. Let's get into it. Man, could think of one.
And welcome to Freshly Grounded, the brand new podcast by best friends Faisu and Sam.
Huh?
I said welcome to Freshly Grounded,
No, after that bit.
the brand new podcast
And after that bit?
by best friends Faisu and Sam.
Really?
Man, it feels good to be back.
Any other complaints about the coffee?
No, I'm saying it feels good to be back. We're on air.
We're on air now?
Yeah.
Ah, alhamdulillah.
It does feel good to be back, doesn't it? We had a week off.
We had a week off, so it's been a while.
Yeah, man. I always have an extra spring in my step on a Thursday. Do you? In the mornings, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do, yeah? My wife was like, "You're very happy today. I bet it's because it's podcast day."
Yeah, Thursdays are a good day for
Yeah.
me. I look forward to a Thursday.
I think my wife's jealous of you, Sam. I think so.
Really?
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. How's Morocco, man? So we
Alhamdulillah.
didn't have an episode last week because you was in Morocco.
Yep.
With your family. We talked about it beforehand.
Yep.
And I'm so excited to hear about it, man. We discussed it a bit when we met up the day after you came back to London, but we saved a lot of the juicy bits, I suppose.
There's not
No,
that
there's
much
no-
juicy. It was a family holiday, so there's not that much juicy bits. It was a very nice week away. So I
Yeah.
went with my whole family. So my mum and dad, my brother and sister, their partners, and my wife and my child. Alhamdulillah, it was lovely. Went to Morocco, so it was beautiful. It was beautiful going to Morocco with my family. It was beautiful to get the opportunity to teach my mum salams. I taught her basic few Arabic bits, which was beautiful. Even standing in front of my family, showing them the salam alaikum and the wa alaikum assalam, and so that was nice to be in Morocco with my family for that. Lots of nice food, nice bits of relaxing. Seeing my boy swim, it was lovely. Yeah, it was good. Alhamdulillah.
I saw the picture of your son on Instagram and the one that you sent me as well.
Yeah, so he's lively now.
Alhamdulillah.
He's not quite walking by himself, but he's up and about. He wants to run around. So alhamdulillah, it's good.
Was he the centre of attention the whole time?
The whole time, man.
Really?
It was nice. It gave us an opportunity to have a bit of a break from him as well. Everyone wanted to play with him and look after him and stuff. So, yeah.
Do your siblings have any children?
No.
Oh, so
no,
you're the
no.
first?
I'm the first, yeah.
Wow. Alhamdulillah.
Youngest and the first.
Oh, you're the
Alhamdulillah.
youngest as well, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I remember you saying beforehand that like you were worried about certain things because obviously the majority of your family are not Muslim.
Yeah.
And so there were certain things that you were not worried about, but that you were skeptical. For example, how did you find? I know that when I've been on group holidays, if it's like Salah time, for example, we all like make sure that we go to the restaurant before Salah or after Salah. And did you have any of those kind of things?
Nah,
in the way?
everything was made it easy for me, to be honest. There was obviously I was a traveller. I was out there, so I had traveller's rights of Salah. Alhamdulillah. I didn't really have any issues whatsoever. Obviously, for me, it's not ideal to be around a big poolside with lots of different people. So it's a situation I generally put myself in.
Yeah.
So I just had to use wisdom with like with with sunbathing and chilling around on the poolside and that. But alhamdulillah, other than that, I made it easy for me, man.
You definitely tanned.
Alhamdulillah.
Like a browner. Are you browner than me now?
I've been browner than
You've
you.
always been browner
Yeah, I
than
have
me,
always
yeah,
been browner than you.
In hands, but not in
In
face.
Probably on face.
Nah, my face is definitely browner than yours. Why do you think it is that I look brown?
It's true, isn't it?
And you don't, and you look white, but you're browner than me. What?
It's
Because
true.
if I was to look at you, and most people that would look at you be like, okay, he's
I'm a
white
white guy, but I'm browner than you.
Yeah, and anyone who, and most people look at me be like, he's Asian or he's Pakistani. But you're browner than
That's
me.
bizarre, isn't it?
Maybe you're not browner than me, but I don't think you're browner.
But look, put your hand next to mine. You can see I'm.
You're definitely browner than me. That's weird.
That's interesting. I'm a true Gora though, man. I'm completely white guy, white British guy.
Mad. Am I like, yeah, wow. My parents are both Pakistani. I mean, my mum was born here, but she still got Pakistani roots. Maybe it's features. It can't be features though,
Can't be
can
features,
it?
technically, nah.
Maybe hair color. But if you had black hair, I don't know. I still wouldn't think that you was Asian.
Nah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Proper weird.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, man.
What about you? How have you been? When I was away, how was your week?
It's good, man. So there's 2 weeks worth of stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's good. I went on the helicopter ride. I don't know if I
Yes.
mentioned that before in the podcast. That was going to go on.
You went on a helicopter ride?
Yeah, it was.
How
really
was
cool.
that?
So someone gifted us a helicopter ride for me and my wife as a wedding present.
Yep.
And we had delayed it because obviously our walima was actually in December, but we just had ended up delaying it. We had work and stuff like that, and then we the kind of the present like ran out in March in the sense that you have to book it by March. So in March, my missus said to me, she goes, "We got to book it now because otherwise we're going to like end up not having it." And then so we booked it, and the only available date they had was like a weekday in April, and so we went. Or when you were away in Morocco, and I wasn't looking forward to it too much. I'll be honest, because
it surprised me. Do you know what? I would personally be quite excited if I was going in a helicopter.
The thing for me is that it doesn't feel very productive. Like I understand that you have to take, and my opinion, my view has now changed since the helicopter ride. But if I tell you my views pre-helicopter ride, it was just like it's a weekday. It's not productive in the sense of like business and stuff, and I can't afford right now at the place that I'm in my like career to be like just taking off days and enjoying life right now. And I do want to be. I have very many goals of things that I want to do in regards to that. But right now, I don't think it's the time. And so that's the only thing that bugged me. And then I thought, we're just gonna go up in the air, like look at London and come back. Like we live in London. And the other thing that bugged me is that we had to like drive outside of London to like go on a helicopter to come back into London and then like come back and then like drive back into London. So I was being very pessimistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was being very pessimistic about it.
But if you had to take the day off or a few hours off, you should have just replaced it in the weekend and just on your weekend days, should have replaced it, no?
True, but generally our weekends are quite busy because once you're married, you now have 2 families, and then so like you've got to essentially dedicate time to them, and so they give you the excuse during the working week to like not see them and stuff.
Yeah.
But then like Sundays we tend to go to her mum's house and stuff like that. So I do work on the weekends, but it is much harder and I'm working for stuff.
So that side, the helicopter trip highlight?
It was actually amazing. Yeah. No, actually, I did have a good time. Actually, my views on that completely changed. So we got there, and the thing that changed, I didn't have any more fun than I thought I would have had. So it's not that like I loved it, but what I loved is seeing my wife so happy and enjoying it. And we were on the helicopter ride. I was looking at her while she was looking out, and she was like, "Oh, look at that, look at." And I just thought to myself, "Wow, she's really happy."
Oh, that's nice.
And that's what made me happy,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
So then I thought, do you know what? What am I saying? It is productive because life is not about. It's crazy because I am the one who like will talk here on the podcast about how life is not all about work, and this like we shouldn't get too caught up in the dunya, and we should think about like our like essentially akhirah and family and stuff. And then I'm the one who's like complaining when I have to spend some time like quality time, and it was actually a really good time. And just because she enjoyed it so much and I enjoyed spending time with her, like that was like different and on a helicopter. And the point at which I realized that I actually do value it, and it was productive because it was productive in terms of my akhirah, like I'm with my wife and stuff, is that we were running a bit late, like by like 7 minutes. And so we were 7 minutes away. We had to be there for 2:15, and we were 7 minutes away at 2:15. And so at 2:15 they ring and they're like, "Hi guys, you're late. Kind of whereabouts are you?" And my wife was like, "Oh, we're just like 7 minutes away. Like we're gonna be there as soon as possible." And he was like, "Oh, it's not gonna work out. Like because you have to be on time. It's meant to start at 2:15 because we've got to put you through the talk and explain the safety stuff." And then she was like, when I saw how upset she was, because she booked a day off work and all this kind of stuff, and I didn't like it, man. Seeing my wife that upset, I was like, "Nah, man." Like, and she said, "Oh, but we're not far away, blah blah blah." And like I don't normally see it. My wife's very like, a together person. She's got her like she's very mentally strong. So to see her like almost like upset that she might not make it, and she's really excited to it, and so I got a bit angry, like a bit annoyed at this guy, because I was like, look, at the end of the day, whoever's got this present for us, it costs a lot of money, and you must have a leeway of like 5 minutes when someone's running a bit late. And at the end of the day, and I was planning to go in. So they hung up, and he said, "Look, I'll see what I can do. I'll speak to the flight crew." And I had intention of going in there like all guns blazing, and just being like, "Look, my wife's taking a day off work. It's a wedding present. Like, you're not getting on a helicopter because you're 5 minutes late. Anything could happen in 5 minutes. Like, it could have been for any reason. What if there was like a crash that had happened or whatever?" But anyway, we got there and they didn't go fast, and it was lovely. Can I just say though, one thing, is that we got there late. So by the time we was actually like in the talk, it was about 2:30, and then we were flying by 2:50. And the plan was to actually get there for 2:15 and be flying for 3 p.m. So we actually started flying 10 minutes before our flight time. And the safety talk was so, bro. I can't swim. Not probably like I when I was out in Dubai, I learned how to swim a bit, but generally I can't really swim. So in the safety thing, the guy's like, all right, so basically helicopter, it won't really like crash or fall, but if it does, we'll land on water because that's the only place you can land safely in London. There's not really anywhere like for us to land, so we'll land on water. So if you land on water, there'll be what are they called, those vests?
Yeah.
Do you know what they're called?
Life vest.
Life vest. He's like, there'll be life vest, blah,
Life
blah.
jacket, yeah.
There'll be a life jacket. This is how you put life jacket on, boom. And then like you just, when you land, you kind of like will float, blah, blah. Now, he said it like that. And I'm like, yo, slow down. Like, I can't swim. I need to be like reassured, yeah. He didn't, like, I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking in my head. My wife's there. I'm not going to play like that. I'm going to act like, yeah, it's all good. Get on a helicopter. First thing I do, I'm looking around, trying to figure out where the life jackets are. But the guy, when he told us safety thing, didn't tell us where the life jackets will be. So half my helicopter ride is like looking around to figure out where the life jackets are in case we land on water. My wife's not bothered because she can swim in it. So then eventually, alhamdulillah, I saw where the life jackets were, and then I took it easy.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you find that when you fly, you know when they have the safety instructions about all the life jackets and all that?
Yeah.
Do you ever listen to it?
Not anymore. I've flown enough, but helicopter.
Generally, if you look around, you know when they're doing the demonstration, generally people don't look and even listen anymore. I've noticed that the majority like carry on doing what they've got to do, and they stand there and they do the demonstration of where they all this kind of stuff. When I was coming back from Morocco, I was flying with Thompson. Now they replaced someone standing there with these screens pop down, and it's a tiny little girl who does the safety instructions.
On the screen?
Yeah, on the screen. Yeah. And the whole of the plane was locked and engaged to this little girl because like she was quite cute, but she like was speaking like an adult, and she went through all of the health and safety stuff on the screen and looked around, and like everyone was like tuned in, listening, like watching the screen. I was thinking, wow, that's a good way of like getting people to actually engage with this, because it is actually obviously quite a serious and important message to make sure that if there isn't an accident, you know how to like deal with it. But most people don't really. They bat it off, and it's just something that goes on. But everyone on the plane like was just engaged in this safety notice. I thought it was quite a clever way of getting people to pay attention.
That is a really good idea, isn't it?
I thought afterwards, wow, that's good. Well done, rate that.
I've been on a plane before where they've like put the screens down, but I've not seen like that.
Some little girl was just pretending to be an air stewardess, but she spoke so clearly, and like just got. Do you know what? It made me listen as well.
What actually? So if the plane requires that, what happens if it's over? If it's overseas? I mean, not in an ideal scenario, but in an like semi-ideal scenario, if that was to happen, you're overseas and there's a little slide that comes out. You put on your life jacket and you slide into the water. Now, when you slide into the water, you float.
Yeah, because of the life jacket.
You always float with the life jacket.
Yeah.
Okay, so they do like think about. They don't just think, oh, yo, everyone can swim. Kind of thing.
No, not at all.
They don't take risks.
It's the life jacket, yeah.
And then what? Like someone comes and saves you?
Well, yeah. I suppose it depends on the scenario, doesn't it?
But
have you ever thought I'd love to just jump down one of the slides?
Never
really?
thought that. No, I can't swim, Sam.
If you've got a life jacket on, you don't have to.
I'm not up for that stuff. I'm always intrigued of jumping out of a plane, but like with a parachute and with like a big musty man on my back.
Have you ever been? Have you ever been swimming with dogs?
Of course not. I hate dogs. Sam, you're asking me the question. You know the answers to.
Do you not like swimming?
No. Well, so in university,
right?
I've never been able to swim. Yeah.
Okay.
In a primary school, when they take you to swimming class, I never managed to fulfill my class, and I always stayed in the bottom level where I had the floaty. And the most I could do is like hold on to it with like two arms and like kick my legs, and like I'd like.
Till what age?
That was like primary school, yeah. So then after that, I could never swim anyway. So I carried on never swimming, never touched the water.
Did you ever go back in with the float?
No, I went on holidays obviously, and then at the holidays I would just like stay in like the shallow end, and like so my feet are touching the ground. It sounds I'm quite embarrassed of myself, to be honest. And then I'm real manly though, Sam. I'm real manly.
Carry on.
I've got a deep voice as well. So then in university, I lived with someone who was on the swimming team. So we went to a pool and they taught me how to swim. So I could actually swim somewhat for a few seconds. I got a video of me first. I got a video of me swimming for the first time.
And how old were you?
It filmed. I was about 20 years old. I swam for the first time.
And what's your swimming situation now? If you went on holiday, would you go swimming?
So when we went to Dubai about 6 months ago, I swam. But when I say swam, I mean like a small swimming pool. I can like reach like 3/4 of the way probably without having to like stand, and so I can swim for a few seconds essentially. I'm If I'm in the ocean, I'm trying to save my life. I'm drowning. Your boy's gone. I'm finished. I'm not saving anyone's life. I'm not able to. I'm not able to save my own life. I'm drowning. And that's it. That's the end of it. And if I have a life jacket, when we went to Dubai, yeah, the boys tried making me like. We went into the. This is a big step for me. We were at the Jumeirah Beach Hotel. So we were at the Jumeirah Beach, and it's a big ocean. It's not like a little swimming pool, and like one of those proper ones like where there's a sand and there's ocean. And then I was like in like the bottom bit with them, like just like walking around and stuff. And they was like, "Yo, go deeper, go deeper, go deeper." And I didn't have a life jacket, nothing. And because of everyone doing it and everyone trying to convince me to do it, you could say I fell into a bit of peer pressure, and I went quite deep into the ocean. And now looking back at it, I think to myself, that was a bit stupid because I could have drowned. Although they were all like reassuring me that they'd save me if I did.
Good for you.
But I did it and I felt really happy with myself, to be honest. We were jumping the waves.
Do you like
and stuff.
swimming? Probably not then.
I feel like if I had some confidence, I'd enjoy it.
We should start going swimming.
We should.
Swimming's beautiful, man.
Do you have swimming facilities nearby?
There is a swimming pool nearby me.
There's
I've
some
never
nearby
used
me
it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Missus is trying to encourage me to take Zayden swimming a bit more. So I have intention to.
I have every intent. When I have a son, I'm bringing him up in like he's or daughter actually, both. They're going to be swimming, and they're gonna have very key life skills that are very important for them.
I was a big swimmer when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's important. It's a life skill.
Big swimmer.
Really?
Yeah, competitions, everything.
No way. Did you win gold?
I don't think so, to be fair.
Tough.
But I used to do swimming galas, so competitions on a Saturday night.
No way.
Yeah.
So you could be a lifeguard essentially.
Don't think by doing that gives you the qualification of a lifeguard.
Yeah.
But I can swim.
That's good. It's important to swim.
A bit hypocritical coming from you.
But I'm trying though because I
learned
in uni. I learned in Dubai.
If you're trying, when's your next plan to go in a swimming pool?
Next time I'm on holiday.
When's your next time to go on holiday?
I don't know. It could be any time, to be honest.
You're not trying very hard then, are you?
I mean, swimming is...
It's a life skill, as you say.
It is a life skill.
It's important you're going to teach your daughter and your son.
100%. But it's something that I'm not, like, completely confident with. But I am...
We'll go over it.
By the time I'm a parent, inshallah...
Inshallah.
Maybe you can help me.
Inshallah, if I can.
Did your beard help you float?
Does yours? Probably not.
But I don't know. Yeah, no, mine actually doesn't. I don't think I've ever drowned with a beard yet. Questions, huh? We hit the Muslim Lifestyle Expo this past week.
What did you think of it?
Alhamdulillah. Yeah, we went there and...
so what was it called? It was called the Muslim Lifestyle
Expo. Yeah. What did you think of it? I don't know. Yeah. Let's say that we should that there was a lot of Muslim businesses that were really like nice to meet people and network with.
There were some fantastic people there, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, generally like networking and stuff was.
Yeah, it was nice to pass.
It was nice like to spend time together.
Yeah,
and stuff,
we had a laugh, didn't we?
We had a proper laugh, man.
Yeah.
And then I'm now officially a convert as well.
Convert.
Yeah, man. I had a flat white.
How'd you get on?
I loved it. So I've normally been a latte guy, but you said no, get flat white, and you quite forcefully. I felt pressured.
You know when you
were quite tall. You were standing next to me, and you were like overpowering. And I said, "I'll get a latte, please." And you said, "No, get a flat white." And I said, "Ah." And then you said, "You get a flat white." And I kind of in potentially fear accepted.
You know when you know something's good for someone,
yeah,
but they don't know it themselves. So sometimes you just got to take control. And I did.
Yeah, and I'm very grateful. It was great.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah,
You're growing.
Thank you, man. That was a lovely coffee, wasn't it? We went to a nice little coffee shop.
So that was the afterwards, wasn't it?
It was after, yeah.
That was fantastic.
Wasn't
That
it?
was beautiful. That garden area and stuff.
Yeah.
Where was that? That was
Bounds Green. No.
No, it wasn't. It was Bounds.
Barron's Court.
Barron's Court.
Yeah.
Beautiful
That was
coffee shop.
proper.
It was what?
Proper.
How do you mean?
Like that's like proper. Oh, speaking of which, my granddad's brother, who's been down for the last couple of weeks because of the wedding, is leaving on Saturday, which is sad because I've grown to create quite a bond with him. I don't know. I have not known him that well because obviously he lives in Pakistan, and he last time he came apart from this time was like 7 years ago. And but I feel like I either really love like old people or I really like I want to say because some old people are so nice and
Which
soft
one?
and
And what
lovely.
about him?
Oh, I loved him, man.
Oh,
Like,
right.
yeah, man. So I've created, me and him have just got like a proper nice bond. Like I love chatting to him. And so on Friday, I remember I was going to Jummah and I rang him and I said, do you want me to, like, how you get to Jummah? And he was going to walk, bless him, like, all the way, and he's old. And so I was like, oh, I'll come pick you up. And we went Jummah together and we enjoyed it. And, like, I waited for him. And he's just so, like, old and innocent and cute. Like, old people are the best, man. But then some old people are really grumpy.
You wanted to get an old person onto the show, didn't you, originally? Episode 1, I think you mentioned that.
Really?
Do you not remember? To get an old person on.
To ask you questions about being old. I did say that, didn't I?
Get an old person on to ask them questions.
About being old, yeah.
Yeah.
We should still do that, though.
I don't think we should.
Bro, we're not old though. Like we're not like old men,
Yeah, but
and we can be like, oh, like old people go through this, or like when you're old, like you know, you think about your life and you have regrets, but we don't know these things. We should ask an old person. Do you have regrets in your life, bro? Do you think that you would have changed anything? Do you feel like? Oh, here's a good one. Do you feel like the older you get, the closer you get to God, because you feel like your time to meeting Him might be getting closer?
I think those questions are quite personal and they're quite specific to the person.
That's podcasting, isn't it? Yeah, real personal, real deep.
So you want to get an old spiritual man in?
Yeah, real old spiritual.
You want to get an old man who's made loads of mistakes, so you can ask him about all his personal life. What mistakes have you made? What would you do differently?
Not what mistakes you made, but like you know, hey bro, like
Well, if you're an old man, would you call him bro?
No, I'd be respectful. I say uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been calling this dude granddad, and it's been really odd for me because I'm like really protective over calling someone granddad because I was really tight with my granddad. My granddad was my boy, man. Like we were best friends, and so, but like out of respect, I'm calling him granddad because like he's my granddad's brother. But it doesn't sit right, man. Like
Why are you doing that?
Huh? Because like I don't know, like everyone's doing it, and I'm like, so I'm calling him granddad. I'm like,
I wouldn't do that because technically it's not your
tough,
granddad.
man.
I'm sorry, I'm not smiling, but it's not your granddad.
well,
It's not
that's
your
what I'm
granddad.
saying, bruv. Like,
It's not your granddad.
But how do you respectfully
You call them what he is.
uncle with it?
Uncle.
Yeah, that's what I would. Yeah, it's tough.
I'm
man.
sorry, you can't because you can't just replace him.
No, I
He's
feel
not the-
so sad. Like
Sorry,
I
no, I
love
shouldn't
my
say that, I shouldn't say
granddad.
that.
No, I'm not placed. No, what you're saying is like semi right though. Like it just doesn't sit right. Like,
I personally, my personal opinion, my background, my family, I wouldn't call it someone who's not my granddad. That's just me. But that's how I was raised, and I'm not.
but like I call my mother-in-law mum.
Pardon?
I call my mother-in-law mum. Do you?
My mother-in-law, mum.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think that's a cultural thing of us.
Is it?
I think so.
You lot.
Yeah.
What are you like?
Yeah. us lighter brown people than you. I don't know. Yeah. I call my mother-in-law mum, and I don't call my father-in-law dad though, because I one time called him dad and he didn't enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah. Because
What,
I think
you randomly go dad.
it's normal, bro. It's normal.
Is it?
for us. Yeah.
I'm not used to that.
My
man.
brother calls his in-laws mum and dad.
Really?
And like like it's normal. Like,
Okay. But then hold on a second. You just said it's normal, but you said to your wife's dad, "Hello, dad," and didn't like it.
well, he's not very cultural. Alhamdulillah, yeah. He's very.
So you're trying to push the culture onto him.
No, but I'm just trying to be respectful. But he prefers to be called like brother.
Akhi.
No, brother. He calls me
Really?
brother. Yeah, he calls me brother.
Mashallah, that's nice,
Yeah, it's
man.
beautiful. I love being called brother. bro.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think potentially makes
That's
him
nice, man.
maybe feel younger. And he
Nah,
really.
you reckon?
He's
He's just a practicing Muslim, mashallah, actually.
like, cause sometimes I'll call him uncle and he's happy with that.
Okay.
So
Uncle,
I think
I like
just
to
like
be
that.
called uncle.
Sorry,
I like to be called uncle.
I'm not calling you.
Not
uncle.
from you.
Oh, from your
youngers,
daughter-in-law,
yeah.
or your son-in-law, if you have one, inshallah.
No, I like it in general now.
You want to be called uncle?
When little kids call me uncle and masjid, and that's nice.
Oh, okay.
Do you ever get called uncle?
Yeah. I do.
I don't know
Oh man. But anyway, listen, bro. What I'm trying to say, yeah, is that my father-in-law, he calls me brother, and it's actually quite nice. Like we chat to each other like proper. I have respect for him because he's my father-in-law, but I really see him as a Muslim brother.
Mashallah.
Because he really tries to like. He's like really like on. If I'm at the house and stuff, if I'm at his house and stuff, like he's got a mosque nearby, and like sometimes like it's Salah time and you just think, oh, like I might read here and stuff like that. He's always like the first to be like, come on, let's go to the masjid, let's go to the masjid, let's go to the masjid, and I think that's a beautiful characteristic to have to kind of like implement deen like that.
Hold on to people like that.
Yeah, man. Hold on firmly to the rope of Allah. Hold on tightly to. I was actually reading something about that. There was a brother who was making a video, and he said that the caption, not the caption, but the quote, "Hold firm to the rope of Allah." He basically spent like a whole day reading into the word rope, because obviously in Arabic it doesn't say the word rope, it says like a different word, and so that word he was reading into to find out what that is, like what is this rope that Allah is talking about. And I'm not saying this is like, but this is what he was saying in the video. He said that like when he like translated it and like read like loads of different tafsir books and stuff, he found that the rope was talking about the Quran.
Oh really?
Hold on to the Quran. That's what he was saying in the video. Yeah, so like hold on firmly to like the Book of Allah, which makes sense because that's our like guidance, isn't it?
Of course. So how did you find the Muslim Expo?
Yeah, I mean, I think, alhamdulillah.
What was your favourite stall there?
Shall I tell you my favourite stall?
I did ask you, yeah.
Should I tell you? Should I answer your question?
I did ask you that a few minutes, yeah.
The one that where they had like all these greeting cards.
That's what I was going to say to you.
Oh, so beautiful. They're like every single greeting card, but like Islamic version. So it said like.
You can say Jazakallah khair. It was just one saying Jazakallah khair. It was just like general statements. It was lovely.
Mashallah,
Excuse me.
Mashallah, you out there, Sam. Feeling a bit airy. Job with some burps. It said Mashallah on your new job or something.
Yeah. It just covered general goodness, didn't it?
It was beautiful.
That was nice.
I have that card company somewhere. I took a picture of the card company because
we were actually going to go buy some, weren't we?
Yeah, we didn't actually end up buying some.
What? We didn't go back.
They were a bit pricey, but they were handmade.
They were handmade.
Yeah, and they weren't that overly priced.
They were actually well priced, to be fair, for something handmade.
They were actually, weren't they?
Yeah, very well.
But they were cheap.
We got nice jumpers.
We got given free jumpers, which was nice.
From the Palestine Expo.
Yeah, I originally said no because I didn't want to like take their stock, and then they kind of like were really happy to do adamant. I was like, all right, cool. And I thought that it'd be really nice for me and you to get matching colours, but somebody wanted it to look different to me.
I wanted to get something different to you, yeah.
But how nice would it have been if we looked exactly the same? How cool?
I think it's important to have your own identity.
Nah, we would have just been like little and big. Big cook, little cook.
Yeah, they were nice jumpers though. It was really it was like Arabic inspired clothing.
Yeah.
So it had like a really nice Arabic. I said Palestine in Arabic on the front, in like a square. Very similar to that. Very, very similar to that. Just said Palestine on it as well. Yeah. And obviously,
there's good hairstyles there actually as well.
There wasn't.
I saw one.
Where?
Like by the toilets.
A hairstyle? Was that someone just brushing their hair?
No, it was a hairstyle. There's fair few stores. It was very good for networking. However, if you're asking me, because I know you're gonna ask, if you ask me would I go there again, I'll probably say I've experienced it now, alhamdulillah, and I'm very much so looking forward to the expo that Iman channel are holding in the XL Arena.
When's that?
They've got two. They've got one Eid in XL on Eid day, whatever day Eid is, and then they've got one like Iftar one, and I'm looking forward to those because I find that Iman channel's events are quite Islamic.
Okay, I've never experienced one.
Iman channel's events are quite good, bro. If I'm honest, yeah, they're highly charity driven. They're really conscious of, like there's not just like a salah room. Yeah. It's more like there's a whole section for salah, and they will do the adhan on the mic. And stuff like that was really beautiful. Yeah. So I like Iman Channel's events actually. I would, as for now, from what I've seen, I would condone their events. Wait, hold on, condone is a good word, right?
So you've condoned them?
No, hold on, that's a bad word.
You condone something?
that means you would back it. I don't know.
It does, isn't it? If you condone it.
In my time, events are where I met Mufti Mek. Have I ever told you about that story? Have you seen my
Yeah,
hands?
you had similar hands as well.
Yeah. Man, we need to stop taking so many breaks, bro, because we're hardly into the podcast and we've already taken 2 breaks.
But when you drink loads of water, which is a very good thing to do,
With coffee.
naturally you need to go to the toilet.
That's true. Oh, speaking of which, my sister is currently potty training my nephew, who's now, I can't remember how old he is, but he's young. And he's currently weeing all over the shop.
Really?
Yeah. She's put plastic sheets down the floor.
Serious?
Yeah. And I was thinking of you because you're the only kind of other person I know who was a small child. And I was thinking, wow, when you get to that stage, you're going to have a nightmare because you're a clean freak.
Yeah, I don't dread it, but I do contemplate the thought of all that.
Well, she skipped going from the potty, as in the thing, the little pot on the floor, to putting this thing on the toilet, which is like a potty on the toilet. So he gets used to the idea of going to the toilet on the toilet and in the bathroom.
I hate the idea of cleaning up with just a potty.
Yeah, so he wants she wants him to do it inside the toilet.
That makes more sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How does he get up there?
So I assume he has a stool, and then there's a frame on the toilet seat for children, so he doesn't fall in.
Yeah,
and then he sits.
Because you could fall into the toilet as a small child, couldn't you?
Yeah, no, it's definitely not the whole toilet seat like that. There's it's a thing.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, and then so he just so she's saying to him Issa, when you need to go to the toilet, you got to tell me that I need the toilet, and then we'll go to the bathroom. And so he's trying to, because he understands and stuff now. So you can tell him something and he'll get it. So right now he is peeing everywhere.
Yeah, I'm still adjusting to life with all that kind of stuff going on.
Really, a year in?
Because obviously he's worn nappies. So obviously cleaning nappies, changing nappies, but still I'm getting there.
Are you much of a nappy changer?
I do it.
Yeah.
When I'm around, I do it in the I generally do it in the morning, and without going and exposing him and going into it too much. That's the morning time he needs it. It's one of the first things he needs doing. But considering when I first had a child, I thought, do you know what, I never thought I'd be able to do it because it's a
nasty.
For anyone listening with children, obviously I know it's a part of being a parent, and it's not really a big deal. But I'm still personally adjusting to some doing some nappies. They still they catch me in the back of the neck and it's not a lot of fun sometimes, man.
When you say catch you at the back of the neck,
Sometimes they're just
really? Smell?
and they can really have an effect on me. I have to put my head back and
No way.
yeah, I'm adjusting to it, man. So
Alhamdulillah.
alhamdulillah. Have you done it before?
I haven't ever.
Yeah, I was gonna say obviously people listening with children. I know it's not really a big deal, but at the same time,
I can imagine
13, 40 months in. I'm still adapting to that. So make dua for me.
I'll make it off you, bro. I remember one time my sister was changing Issa's nappy, and as she was changing his nappy, he decided to go for a pee, and all over.
It's normal. That's what I'm saying. It's normal.
Has that
It's
happened?
normal, mate. It's normal. Loads of stuff like that. I'm not going to go into it, but it's normal. It's not just. It's not as straightforward.
Wow.
Yeah. So in Morocco,
And nappies are expensive, I hear.
They are expensive. Yeah. Morocco, he had a little bit of nappy free time. He chose that small amount of time to.
Oh.
And there was not on the floor.
On the floor. Okay. How much do you
So
spend
when I
on
say
nappies
make dua, it's not just about changing nappies. It's when they have nappy free time, they generally he's off. His nappy's off for a very short amount of time, but he's done a wee somewhere, and I'm just now I'm adapting to if he weed on me, for me now that would be this is normal. This is normal.
It's your child, isn't it? It's not a random stranger.
Of course not. It's easy.
How much do you spend weekly on nappies, would you say? Because I have no idea. But everyone always tells me they're expensive.
They are expensive. I haven't got a figure for that.
No?
I don't really. It
It's
must
not
be
your
about.
expertise.
It must be about 50 quid for a big. We go from Costco's big massive
Batch.
It
Weekly.
must be
That's almost
every few weeks. I don't know if it's
Okay.
50 quid a week. Sorry.
I was going to say, that's about how much I pay on petrol, 50 quid a week.
No, it's not. Sorry, not 50 quid a week.
That'd be insane.
That must be monthly, maybe 50 quid a month.
Alhamdulillah. I've got two, inshallah, new babies coming in the family
Inshallah.
very soon. And so I've got to start getting presents and stuff ready.
Yeah.
So me and Mrs. what we decided what we're gonna do is like oh, that's very considerate. We're just filming a podcast and somebody in the studio next door has decided to start drilling. I hope that we can't hear that on the podcast. Me and Mrs. decided that we're gonna have to start like as we go, just like pick up things for the babies that we see, so that by the time the babies are born, inshallah, we can like have like a nice big hamper of things for them.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good
nice.
idea.
You're good at getting presents for kids.
Am I?
Yeah. You got me Zayden a beautiful toy, a really loud toy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really loud.
Alhamdulillah.
So
Does he use it every morning?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
The
It was a
loud-
train, wasn't it? A big loud train.
Yeah, it's loud. Yeah.
Oh man, can't wait to see him again. I'm gonna get him something. I feel like I should get him something louder this time, because once like you get a child something, they always want more, and
Yeah.
so it only makes sense if we like get him the next big thing. Maybe instead of a train, we can get him like, I don't know, like an aeroplane or something.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, or perhaps a helicopter.
Ride around London.
Yeah,
That was generous of you.
Yeah, it would be decent. I actually went to a restaurant in London yesterday with. Good. I think I'm talking too much about my personal life.
Good God.
Guess who I went with?
Your wife?
No, we went to a restaurant yesterday, and so I've been pretty good with my diet. I've decided to cut out most sugars, as we already know, because I talk about it all the time. But guess what I had? I had like it was a deep fried in buttermilk chicken burger.
How was it?
It felt like I felt dirty, man.
During it, was it nice?
Yeah, during. It was nice, but it wasn't. It was that or grilled chicken burger, and I said, like, should I get this or grilled chicken burger? And I wasn't. I was told to get the fat one.
That sounds better than what I had for dinner. So I went up to Hampstead quite late last night,
Oh, you did.
thinking I was going to get some dinner. My
Yeah.
plan, and I had a really nice dinner in my mind. I was going to get something really nice, and I don't know what it was going to be, but something nice and wholesome. But the only place nearby to where I was like Walk to Go or something.
Oh, walk in, walk out.
No, it wasn't Walk In, Walk Out. It was like a fake one. Walk.
Oh, walk to walk.
Wasn't Walk to Walk either.
Walk to walk.
Walk to Go or something. It's like,
Okay,
it
not
was like a
that
fake
one.
one. It was like a new one.
Okay.
And nothing was halal on it, so I didn't bother getting the chicken noodles or anything. So I got loads of like those side dishes, and it was all like this little deep fat dumplings and spring rolls and stuff, and it was just like proper golden food. It was nothing fresh. I had it, didn't do anything to me. Like it wasn't satisfying at all. It was actually not very nice at all. So that's all I had. I was expecting something really nice, and I got home and I ended up having a little bit of chocolate.
Oh wow.
Because I was so hungry. It was a bit late to start making anything. There was a bit of chocolate there, and I had it. It actually felt quite good because I was so hungry, and so I had a bit of chocolate. So I haven't had breakfast, so I need a nice wholesome bit of food now. And I just see biscuits have been cracked over there.
Yeah. Nate actually offered me one of those biscuits yesterday, and I really wanted one, and they're my favourite biscuits, custard creams, and I said no.
Oh, the custard creams.
It took all my force and might to say no. Go on, Sam, have one. Go on.
For it, I'll catch you with my left hand.
Ooh, no, you won't. You catch it with your right.
No, just one little one.
You might as well just bring it over, because
I can catch you with my left hand.
wow, just let him bring it over. It's alright.
So dull.
It will just go to waste if you drop it.
I'll drop it.
Alright, go on, chuck it to him.
It's too close now. I'll catch you with my left hand.
Wow.
What do I say? Thank you, Nate. Bismillah.
Thank you, Nate. We got Nate on productions today, not Red. Jazakallah khair, I'm good, thank you. I'm trying to stop biscuits. Sam, you know, I had a question for you. When you lost all that weight that you lost, how did you do it? Because I remember you telling me, but I don't remember what your answer was. Recently, for those listening, Sam, not when I say recently, within the last 6 months, Sam lost a dramatic amount of weight.
Well, the thing is, I put some weight on before Gambia.
Yeah.
I made remember Gambia?
I don't know. Do we talk about that?
We should revive that.
Gambia.
The spot project.
Yeah.
I put some weight on before that, so my intention before I went there was to like start eating clean and start being healthy when I went away. And I did. I just really had a really clean diet. Loads of veg, loads and loads of water. Consistent 5 meals a day, but small meals, and just very, very light meals. And then I up my cardio, so lots of early morning runs and loads of walking and just general cardio stuff. And then in the gym, just doing compound stuff, just light cardio stuff, and just lost it. It's easy, really. To be honest, if you want to lose weight, it's your diet first and foremost.
Yeah.
It's making sure you're a little bit active, and it doesn't take long. It's about putting less calories in, and more than what you're burning off. So we all know how to do it. The thing is, we know how to improve our bodies. We know how that if we want to lose weight, we change our diet, and we don't eat the most interesting things, but we have a very clean diet. And the general effects of that is we start looking better. But it's whether we can be consistent and sort of stick to that diet. Because I know, for instance, now I'm not being as strict as I was, and I don't feel as good for it. But when you're being strict and you're eating clean, you're training, the feeling you get is obviously it's better than when you are indulging in rubbish food, really.
But how much weight did you lose? I
lost a couple of stone.
Sorry?
Lost a couple of stone.
And in a really short amount of time, right?
Mm.
It's insane. Do you think that your
I
body
can
is...
jump up and down. I can go up and down.
Do you think your body is... do you think any of that had something to do with genes? Or you reckon you just was because you were strict with yourself?
I can very easily put weight on.
Yeah.
But I can actually take it off quite easily as well.
Okay.
But more easily put it on. For instance, when I went to New York, the thing is, when I went to New York, I stopped training, but then upped my eating. So as soon as I got back, I was like, right, I put weight on. And I did put quite a lot of weight on. And even one of the guys worked for me saying, I can see you put weight on your face.
Okay. He does have a job.
He has a job, and he has no fat on his body whatsoever. So he's very on these kind of things.
Yeah. I think he told me he trains 6 or 7 days a week.
Yeah, he trains like 6 days a week and doesn't eat anything bad. Mashallah, he's in good shape. This is it. If you want it, you can do it. It's just whether you can be strict on yourself. And it's true, like yourself, obviously, your intention was to bulk up. Mashallah, you've done that. And you can do it. But how long? It's taken a while, isn't it? And you've had, 4 times a week?
Yeah.
It's probably been hard work, isn't it?
It's been really hard.
You have to put it in.
Yeah, I'm
but
still not
when you get out,
near where I want to be.
Of course,
either.
this is the reality, isn't it? Like we can do it, but it's whether we've got it, the mindset for it.
It's mad because a lot of people ask like how, what's the best way to lose weight? And although I'm no expert on health, fitness, or weight loss, you hear a lot of these experts always say that there's not really like a kind of a trick to it other than eating healthy and exercising.
There's no pill you can take which makes you thin. Like that's the reality. You can obviously you can take pills which make you maybe less hungry, or make you go to the gym and you can train harder or things like that.
That feels so unnatural though, doesn't it?
Unnatural, yeah. But the reality is, and you have to just do work for it. But I think it is mindset, because when you get really focused on what your goal is, kind of nothing gets in your way. So if you really suddenly want to lose some weight, or you want to put some weight on, for instance, you can go to the gym 6 times a week, and you're gonna see muscle growing, aren't you? Or if you want to lose weight, you just have to just take all the rubbish out of your diet, eat clean, loads of clean green stuff, and you're gonna lose weight. It's simple.
It really is as simple, like literally, like you can control what you're eating and exercise more, and then like it will work out.
There's no trick.
But it's not that the amount of dedication it takes is insane, because it takes so long to like. Well, I don't know about for you. It took a bit quicker, alhamdulillah. But like, especially for me, I know for a lot of people, it takes so long to like change your body, like weight or size. That it's like you can stick to eating good and exercising for a week, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But after a while, it's so tough, and then sometimes you see the changes so slowly. It's like, oh, can I be bothered?
Of course,
that's what it is. And it's about dedication, but
dedication.
It's hard, man. Like to have dedication and stuff is hard.
It just depends what you want, though, isn't it? Because we all know the end goal is always so sweet and it's worth it, but. I always say, it's the nature of the dunya, man. Nothing great is easily obtained. You have to put work into it.
It's willpower, isn't it?
It's willpower.
My granddad used to talk about willpower a lot. My real granddad.
Not the new one.
Not my new granddad. My other granddad. I used to talk about willpower a lot, actually. He used to always say to me, like, you need to have willpower. Without willpower, you can't do anything, blah, blah. He used to teach me a lot of life lessons. Another life lesson he told me was, don't be scared. He was like, I used to I don't know if this is recommended, but he said me and my friends used to play in the graveyards at night time. Yeah, so don't be scared of anything. Don't be scared of the dark or going out at night.
I wouldn't advise that.
I wouldn't advise that either. But I'm just saying he used to very much so promote
graveyards.
Not graveyard.
I shouldn't say that.
No, he used to promote like being like having a big set of. Which is like positive, to be honest, because you should be confident.
For sure.
Yeah, you have to have confidence and yeah, like as I remember you tell me quite often, actually, like as a man we have like responsibilities over our families, like over our wives and stuff, like not in a misogynistic way, but like Islamically, we're told that we have certain rights. Our families have certain rights over us, and we have certain rights over our families. So we have to live up to them and like kind of be like strong-headed.
Of course, we're the heads of our families, aren't we?
Yeah.
And the responsibility falls on. Well, as soon as you get married, the responsibility of your wife falls onto you.
Yeah.
And that's God giving you that responsibility.
Right.
It's quite a big responsibility to take. And I'm not saying that I'm a role model for that. I can only try my best, but the fact that my wife and child are my responsibility, no one else's, it's like it's a serious thing. So I've got to ensure that I can kind of provide for them as much as I can, because it's on me, on no one else. Like for her wealth, I can't touch it.
Yeah.
That's completely hers. She's got rights over her wealth. She's got rights over my wealth as well. Alhamdulillah. But it's good. This is about being a man in society.
Yeah.
I'm not saying women shouldn't go out and work and this, that, and the other. That's permissible. But I think it's a good society work, especially in my situation. The fact that I've just had a child. Now, am I either going to have the mother of the child at home looking after him, or am I going to have to pay for someone to come in to look after him, or send him somewhere and pay for that, or this is the way the society works best. I feel
like you would want your child to be raised by the parent, by you guys,
ideally,
because you want to instill your morals and your teachings upon that child.
Of course, but I mean, you see in society the majority now. I'd say not within Islam and maybe the culture that you're from, but you see it a lot more. That in British values and stuff, that the women will go back to work quite soon afterwards, and then there'll be a nanny, or they'll go to childminders, this, that, and the other, and that's generally what it is. The woman has to go back to work. It didn't used to be like that back in the day.
Yeah,
and it doesn't work out best back in the day. And it's not how it's not God's plan for it to be like that way. It's supposed to be a certain way,
right.
And you do ideally have the child raised by the parents. This is ideal, isn't it? This is the way it should be, rather than. It makes sense for me. I
suppose like a flip argument to it would be that, like, especially in like the way the economy is going, especially in like in a country like this one, a lot of the times when you're living in a city like London as well, yes, you might need like both parents to be working just to be able to sustain like the child, to sustain the house and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And therefore, like
some people have to.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So I suppose it's very like different according to people's opinions and stuff. Speaking of children and providing and provision, I've got like a really interesting thing that I'm currently working on with like the team here at the office, and I'm really excited about it. But I don't sound excited, do I? I'm really excited about it, and it's like, so it's very early days, but I'm trying to put together like a charity event for Spot, who we spoke about last episode,
supporting the people of tomorrow.
Yeah. So currently we're looking to like one of the goals that Spot's looking to do in Ramadan is to get electricity poles, get funding for electricity poles to be put in the school and the orphanage that's being built there. And the good thing is that not only by putting electricity poles in that area, you're not only like putting electricity in that school, but you're also allowing the schools around that area to like have electricity, because there's no electric poles there's no way for anyone to get electricity in that area. So you actually be benefiting like the whole community. And so to raise money specifically for that, I'm looking to put together an event, inshallah, for like the 3rd or 4th of June, where I didn't want it to be nothing against them, but I didn't want it to be like a typical charity event where you go there, you ask people for money, and like you kind of give talks about charity, and then that's it. I want it to be an event where it benefits the people that our community, as well as like the community in Gambia that we're trying to raise money for. So what we're going to do, what inshallah I'm going to do, is an event where you can, for Muslims, you go there and you essentially come out inspired. You come out like
non-Muslims welcome.
Of course, non-Muslims are welcome, but the reason I was saying Muslims specifically, was only because it's in Ramadan,
right?
And so because of that, I feel like there are some issues in like some communities that happen to be Muslim, in that like maybe in like if, for example, in my culture, if you have old school parents, they might not understand like entrepreneurship, social media, and that kind of stuff as much. And so therefore, I want like the event to have like it's gonna have like some business people there. It's gonna have some health and fitness people there. I'm gonna get Ajmal in there and stuff, and just like have like Q&As. So people just ask questions. Like people might have questions about to like Muslim business people about like how to set up a business and not like go through interest and that kind of stuff. Obviously, not questions that are very complicated that like require a personal knowledge, but stuff that about business like inspiration and help. Same thing, health and fitness Q&As and that kind of stuff. And then there'll be there will be some charity talks, and there'll be some like beneficial talks from like some students of knowledge. So I'm planning to put that event together, which I'm like really excited about.
Inshallah, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
sounds really good to be fair.
We got Kareem in the other office there, like working on like so I put up a post saying if anybody's interested in volunteering for the event, we need brothers and sisters, and we had a whole bunch of emails coming to Kareem, and so he was going through them and stuff, which is really cool. We're interested.
Inshallah, sounds good, man.
Something I'm
glad to be a part. Am I a part of it?
You are. Off air,
you give me a loose invite.
Yeah. No, I give you probably invite, man.
Okay.
A loose invite would be like, for example, yo, Faisal, there's a coffee expo coming up and we should go. That's like a loose invite. What I said was, hey bro, I'm doing an event and I would very much like you to be the main part of one of the segments. Is that something that you're happy to do? And you said yes. And so I think that's more of a structural...
I'm really looking forward to it, inshallah.
So am I. Should we go into current events a bit earlier today?
If you want to, yeah.
Yeah, we got Nate in the building today.
Nate's
on Productions. Nate's on Productions. Sorry, Nate. No problem. So Red, unfortunately, as well today, Red's got, I believe, what is it called? Food poisoning.
Do you know from what?
No. But there's been a few people in our office that have had similar things, haven't they?
Said you had some bad chicken.
Oh, really?
Your fridge does smell in there, to be fair.
Thanks, Sam.
Maybe you should look at that.
We do eat chicken a lot here. Could be.
To be fair, I don't think it was the fridge.
Oh, wasn't it?
Nah, just been next to it, maybe.
Maybe. Hopefully.
New look in there as well with the beanbags and that.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen the office like that, have you?
I think the desk going around the side makes sense.
Yeah, it's more. This desk is normally back there as well. Like against all, it just makes for more room.
This is
normally against. No, we got a lot of stuff. We're gonna put like a sofa in there and stuff. Inshallah.
Inshallah, it's good.
Yeah, man.
Inshallah.
I was in yesterday when I was in that restaurant that I was talking about. I was taking in so much inspiration for like a beautiful freshly grounded set.
Really?
Oh man, my idea for freshly grounded set is so sick. Right, like probably like a rustic look, yeah. And like, have you seen? Do you know what Chesterfield sofas are?
Yeah.
Like that sofa that we would sit on, not desk, but like, and then we'd have like a table on this side, table on that side. So like that would be what Mike's campus and us just sat on a sofa vibing.
Nice.
And if we had to guess, maybe like a single arm sofa next to it, like a nice like background stuff.
Our first men's bar shop had a really beautiful Chesterfield sofa in the corner, massive one.
Really?
Yeah, really nice.
Where is that Chesterfield sofa?
I sold it.
Really? Did you get a lot for it? Because they're really expensive.
I made money on it. Yeah.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. But you can get, I think perhaps some fake ones, probably fake, but you get some ones for quite cheap. And if we were just doing it for the look, I'd probably go for one of those ones, to be honest.
Yeah, you can spend like 200 quid on eBay off one.
I saw that, yeah. But then if you want to get like a legit one, oof.
You can spend thousands or so, yeah.
I was seeing
the dark green ones.
The ones that I liked were the dark like red ones.
That's
dark
what we
green
had,
ones.
yeah.
Is
That's
it?
What we had, yeah.
Imagine
that's
that
the standard.
as a freshly grounded,
nice,
like, and like, oh man, like nice.
I can get you one quite easily, to be fair.
Inshallah, we'll see if the podcast grows.
Don't be angry. I need to go to the toilet again.
You do?
Yeah. I've drunk loads of water this morning because I'm not feeling very well.
I'm not angry at all, Sam. Let's go ahead and have that toilet break.
What was that question you just posed to me?
I can't remember. But shall I tell you what, Sam?
Is life on or is the reality off?
What?
Didn't you just say that?
I can't remember. Nate said we're not on right now. We're not on mic.
Okay.
I said, are we ever on? Or is life just constantly off? Current events. Current events. You got to switch up sometimes, Sam. Let's go, Nate. Nate, what we got? Number one. Let's go. Man like Nate. Sorry.
First one we got for today is about the incident that happened in Cleveland. You know, the guy that killed the old man live on his phone.
Yeah.
Who is now being found and shot by the police, or did he kill himself?
He committed suicide, didn't he?
says he committed suicide
Yeah.
after being spotted at McDonald's.
Mad. Did you see the video, bro?
Nah, man. Did you?
Ah, man. Have you seen it, Nate?
I haven't seen it, no.
Man, I saw it. It's tough, man.
What is
like,
the video?
so you haven't heard about this?
No.
Shut up. It's
I've not heard
Sam,
of it,
have you
bro.
been living in it? The whole world's speaking.
Talk to me.
Alright, so
didn't
man,
know
it's
about it
hard,
until
man.
today.
Did you know about it either?
You guys be living in a whole. But I honestly don't mean to speak about this in such like a lively tone because honestly it's so sad.
Yeah.
Let me explain. Right, so there's this dude, yeah, and basically he's on Facebook Live or Facebook Video. He's filming himself, and he's like, he's basically talking about how he was with his girlfriend, and he was the love of his life. They
You've
broke
seen
up.
this, have you? You've
Yeah.
seen it.
He was with the love of his. She was the love of his life, and now they broke up, and it's like caused a lot of issues for him, and he's really unhappy, and he got him into a lot of gambling debts and stuff, and he's sad, and he films himself, and he shows his ID card. It says his name, Steve Stevens. He's like, this is where I work, and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, I'm feeling to kill someone, and he's like, oh, there's this old man walking, and he gets out of his car. This is all on camera, and he says to the person, say Joy Lane, and that's the name of his girlfriend. And the old guy, it's so sad talking about this old guy, yeah. Some old man, looks so innocent, and the old man's like, says the name, he's like, well, I don't know what you're talking about, kind of thing. And then the dude pulls out a gun, all on camera, pulls out a gun to his head, and the old man puts out his hands like, yo, I don't know what you're talking about, shoots him in the head.
No way.
Yeah, out and he films the whole thing, and his blood's all over the floor and stuff, and then he gets in his car, and he's like, he's showing himself, he shows his car, everything, he's like not scared about anything. Proper, just an evil
Really?
person, yeah. And
What's this all for love as well?
Bro, he's just like depressed or something. So anyway, he also came in a video that he shot like 16 other people or something, but that's like they can't prove that. They don't think that they think that's probably a lie. But this one he definitely did. Obviously, he filmed it, and you know the family of this old man, this guy's called Robert Godwin. The family of Robert Godwin have just have like said like, but first of all, when you see certain people, you know, you just see people and you look at them and you just get this vibe. That's a good person.
Yeah.
Bro, that's the vibe you get from this person, this old man. And the family said that he's the type of guy where if he saw you on the street, he would take his own t-shirt off his own back and give it to you, kind of thing, like if he was cold. And proper old man, like 80s plus, yeah.
74.
74, okay, not quite 80, but 74. And anyway, right, so that happens, it goes viral, everyone's spreading this thing. Cleveland and the states around it become on lockdown. The police said, don't come out your houses, the guy is armed and dangerous. Bro, like 24 hours, and everyone's going viral and was like a mad at it, blah, blah, spreading like wildfire online. 24 hours later, next day, they still haven't found the guy, yeah? And it's like, bro, he was on Facebook or Facebook Live. You could track his phone. He's given his name. He's given where he works. He's filming the locations he's at. He's like outside his ex-girlfriend's workplace, saying this is where she works, blah blah blah. Like, bro, if you're police and you've tracked down so many people in the past, like how is it a whole 24 hours you still haven't found the dude? Like, I know that it's like they were trying the hardest and stuff, but it made no sense. And then eventually, anyway. Like the next day they end up finding him. He was at, I think what had happened is, I think the article must say something like he was at McDonald's ordering some chicken McNuggets. Yeah, and what they did is the people at McDonald's that tried stalling him, brave people, bro, yeah, because this guy has a gun.
They
clocked him because his pictures were viral. Like,
But he was just out normal.
Bro, he was at McDonald's drive-thru and they told him that like the fries weren't done yet. And that's how they stalled him, and then the police came. Bro, that was brave because he had a gun, like he could just shoot. He's obviously not scared to shoot. Police found him. Police did a bit of a police chase. The police like knocked in the back of his car, so his car spiraled out of control because they know like this maneuver. There's certain maneuvers you hit a car with, like that does that. And so they did that. His car spiraled out of control, and while it's spiraling out of control, he got a gun and shot himself in the head.
Really?
Yeah. Bro, it was mad.
Pretty deep.
That is deep.
Mad.
Poor guy. Poor man. Poor old man.
Wrong
Poor
place at the
old
wrong
man,
time.
Man. Poor old man. Obviously, it's Qadr of Allah.
Yeah.
But it's sad, man. Proper
Very
sad.
sad.
And the family, from what I heard, the family have like forgiven the guy. And someone said to me the other day, they was like, how can you forgive someone like that? And then the person who responded said, well, what more can you do?
Yeah.
You can't
You can hold a grudge. You can hold the anger in your heart, can't you?
You can.
I'm not
But
saying.
I
I'm not
suppose
saying
it shows
that's
how
the-
good these people
Oh,
are for
100%.
forgiving.
This shows this is evidence on like just showing that mercy like is it's obviously a sunnah from Islam to show mercy and to forgive everyone. When you go to bed, you should forgive everyone. But when someone does annoy you, obviously this is an extreme case. This is someone's murdered their family. You do have that anger and you want the revenge in your heart. It kind of naturally comes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the bigger person who can just let that go. So that's amazing. They can forgive that.
It's such a cold-hearted attack, bro. Like, when you see the video, and I wouldn't recommend it. It's the way he speaks about I'm feeling to kill someone, and he does it, and he comes back to it. He bops back to his car, gets in his car. He's like his white Ford, whatever.
What was he like? What kind of man is he?
So he was bald-headed, beard, black guy. The guy who he shot was also black. I don't know how to explain. Like the guy who he shot looks a bit like Morgan Freeman.
Oh really?
You can see,
and is that the guy?
That's the guy. That's Steven.
Yeah, Steve Stevens. So he looks a bit like you know who he looks a bit like. He's got similar features to that guy.
It's like Suge Knight.
Huh? You know Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the dad.
Oh yeah, Uncle Phil.
Yeah, Uncle Phil. He's got them kind of like a beard and bald head. That's like that kind of vibe. Yeah, man. Yeah, madness, mad story. Apparently, he was screaming like, "I still want my chicken McNuggets" or something.
Yeah, and he sped off from the drive-through.
Mad.
That is mad.
I can't believe you guys hadn't heard of it.
I didn't hear about it until my Facebook's been off for like a month, so I haven't seen any.
It's all over
updates
Instagram. That's where I saw it.
I didn't see that on Instagram.
Everyone was like R.I.P. Godwin, which was the last name of that guy, and everyone was like spreading the video and stuff. And
you are quite good at keeping up with current events, aren't you? Don't look at this.
Man, try.
You are more up to date than I am.
Yeah. Well, your mic's struggling a bit, isn't it?
No, it's fine. That's how I like it.
Let me try and fix it for you, bro.
That's how I like it.
There you go.
That's how I like it. Thank you.
Have you got another current event, Nate? Oh, do you wanna? I mean, there's not really much more to say about it other than it's mad, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, onto something a little different. It's to do with cycling to work, and it says almost half the risk of cancer and heart disease.
Why is that? Does it say why?
It doesn't actually give a lot of description. Basically just says due to the cardiovascular exercise you do, and plus if you're on the bus commuting, you're just sitting there, and it's. I would say it's due to stress as well, actually, because when you're cycling, you're free and wind's blowing in your face, your fresh morning start and all that.
We love talking about stress on this podcast, don't we?
Yeah, thumbs up. It's relevant to everyone, though, isn't it?
It is. Like,
Nice to start the day on the bike is nice, though, to be fair.
Yeah. I suppose basically...
Have you ever done that?
Never.
Are you a cyclist?
I mean, I know how to cycle. I got on one of those Boris bikes before.
Cycling's good, man.
I felt really liberated, actually. We were riding our bikes on Edgware Road. We went from like not from Parliament, but from like some like area like Central London that was like really like Central London-y to like Edgware Road, and then we parked our bikes there, and it felt really nice. We was a group of us.
The wind through your beard.
Yeah, it felt nice. But I couldn't understand why. So essentially what it's basically saying is the more you exercise,
in a
less
nutshell, like be more healthy.
Be more healthy, and you won't like you.
But not everyone can cycle to work in the morning, can they?
No, you could.
I like walking.
Yeah, but I mean, like as in it's possible for you.
Oh yeah, it's possible for me. Yeah.
For me, it's a bit harder because I've got to get on a dual carriageway.
Sure, there's a way around it.
There's not actually. You can't cycle on that road.
Is there no way around it?
I don't think so.
Sure, you can get to it.
I've never seen a cyclist on a motorway.
No, but I'm sure you can avoid going on the motorway.
I
you live
don't
in London,
think
don't you?
so. Yeah.
So if you live in London, I'm sure you could probably find a route.
Potentially. I don't think I could cycle to work.
You probably could, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's always a way.
There's always a way.
Maybe, perhaps.
There's other ways of getting into the city other than the motorway.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not interested in finding out, to be honest. I'm happy in my car.
We went on a nice drive the other day around the city, didn't we?
Did we?
You drove me home.
Ah, we did, didn't we? That was lovely. We took a lot of that was motorway, though, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah. That was a nice drive, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's about 5 minutes of city.
Yeah.
Nice coffee place, wasn't it?
Beautiful coffee place. What we got next, Nate? Nate, my mate. You came up with that.
I know. I've only said it once.
Nate, my mate.
It's pretty common, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotta make sense, doesn't it?
Guess what Nate's full name is? As in full first name.
What?
Well, guess.
Nathaniel, but
That's what I thought as well.
Yeah.
It's actually Nathan. What's next, Nate?
People just call me Nathaniel all day long most of the time.
Do you not like being called Nathaniel? Because if you don't,
It doesn't bother me. No.
Okay.
It's
Do
just,
you call him Nathaniel?
I do.
He sings it all day long.
Really?
He sits there.
Now, did he ask your permission for that?
No.
I do like that name.
So you need to double Abu Bakr.
Yeah, I know. I remember. I just double checked. He doesn't mind.
You double checked after you've been doing it for a while.
Yep, but luckily he doesn't mind because Abu Bakr was saying that it's actually he was at a khutbah and they said that Islamic is like oppression to call someone what they don't like to be called. So I'm happy that you don't mind. Otherwise, I'd be oppressing you.
I'm not sure how convinced he is about it.
It's all good.
Do you hate the name Nathaniel?
I don't hate the name. No.
It's not his name though. You should probably just call him his name. My advice. But who am I?
Who are you? Who are you, Sam?
It's just long in my name. I'd rather short it. People call me Nathan or Nathaniel. It's just a bit extra, which
I feel like extra is my thing.
What's the next one, Nathan?
All right, the next one,
Yeah,
I
Nate.
think we can all kind of relate to this one. It's children as young as 13 are being treated for addiction to mobile phones.
Cool, blimey.
Yeah.
Addiction.
Did your son know how to use an iPad?
No.
Really? Are you not interested in implementing that?
Not from the 13 months. He's only a little baby. I'm sure he will. I think it's a standard at school that you get given an iPad. My mum's a teacher. My sister's a teacher. They're both kind of saying that it's a norm that iPads.
Future, isn't it?
It's the future. Of course, it's the future, and that's how they want it to go. Now, the question you asked me: Am I gonna implement it? Me personally, the lesser of two evils. If he can engage in something on an iPad which is beneficial and he can gain knowledge from it, or even entertain himself for a short amount of time, I think that's absolutely fine. There's a scary thought about a child being addicted to it.
Mm.
And I also think an iPad and a phone are two separate things. An iPad with apps, you can probably get a lot of benefit from. But if you were to just give a child a phone with a working SIM card, with a WhatsApp, with all that, I think there's more
danger.
There's more danger and issues there than the general iPad with kind of learning apps, etc.
Mm.
And I think it would be foolish for me to say, look, I'm going to prevent him from it because it's going to be such a norm. I think it'd be hard to escape. But I definitely think moderation and control, because even ourselves, I sit there and think, it's a scary thought about my son being addicted to a phone. But the reality is, I'm addicted to my phone.
We all are.
We all are, and we have to be. And we come out with these excuses. Oh, I have to do it with my job. I do. Yeah, but this is the way of the world now, isn't it? Majority of us, we need to be engaged to social media. We need to be engaged to email, to our personal number, to everything. And if you're not with it.
Yeah.
And you can't really in this day and age, from my understanding experience, you can't really do much business without all that what I've just listed. So we therefore, when we wake up, first thing we do, we're on our phone. We're replying to things. We're on our phone. Before we go to bed, we're on our phone. And generally, throughout the day, we're constantly on our phone. It's not like you'd leave your phone randomly for a few hours across the side of the room, or you'd leave it at home thinking, do you know what, I'm going to leave my phone at home today. It's not reality, is it? It's always in your pocket. Yeah. It's next to you, but side by side. We're addicted to it.
You get so much.
But this article mainly touches on socializing and how.
Oh, okay.
If you're on your phone all the time, it kind of, you don't have to socialize in groups with people, and you just kind of.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Because the argument I was going to make is that because I feel like in regards to the iPad thing, the situation, not the communications thing, but I see like both sides of the argument. I would say like it's important for a kid. Like if I had a kid who and I wanted to give them an iPad and I was open to them using the technology, I feel like you're giving your child an advantage, because this is the future. Technology is the future. So by allowing them to get used to technology and learn technology from as early as possible, they're gonna have a kickstart in life. And nowadays, bro, the highest paying jobs and stuff are like developing and stuff like that, because it's so rare. Because our generation had to learn how to develop, but the next generation now are the generation of developers and stuff, and by the next generation it's going to be oversaturated. And right now it's such a highly paid job, like developing software, developing applications, because it's the current right now thing. So if a child is able to learn that from young, you're giving them a head start, and they can be kind of better at it. However, the flip side is, but really and truly, do they actually use it for that? And it's like, not really. They use it just to like play games and that kind of stuff. But if we're talking about communication, I can 100% see how, if you're socializing so much through your phone and through like hidden behind a device, you're not going to be great at people things. What is it called? Like face-to-face stuff.
Social skills.
Social skills.
Well, I think we see a lot in society people who are massive on social media and portray themselves in a certain light on social media. You know, when it comes to the reality of that person, it's nothing like how they actually portray themselves. Because all of us here now could have let's say, an Instagram account or a Twitter account or a Facebook account, and very much make it look like the way we want to. We're in control of what pictures are going on there, what content's going on there. We can control exactly what we're choosing to put on our profile. Now that might not be us at all. It's very, very easy to manipulate something, make it look like how it's not.
Also, a lot of social influencers that have like anxiety and stuff. They talk about how they have anxiety in social situations.
Yeah,
don't they?
Because everything's built on social. Like so, like you know, someone's built up on what they're doing social media. Like you meet certain people who are very, very well known on social media, but you meet them. And they're doing obviously something whatever it is, whatever their field is. We meet them and they're kind of not really what they're portraying. Do you know what I mean? It's very easy to jump on, be behind a screen, be on the keyboard, writing something, isn't it? But to actually to live it as well is a different thing. So almost people are getting comfortable in building their fake life rather than living their real life.
It's true.
Not
But do you
everyone.
think that like sometimes it's not necessarily people being fake, but if anything, they're actually being more true on their social media life because it's just like you and a camera. You can be more real and more yourself and not feel like you're having people judging you, because like even though people are going to watch it and thousands of people are potentially going to watch it, it doesn't feel like that because you're not directly in front of people right now. Whereas like if I'm with you right now, I might be showing if I'm with you and we're off camera and we're off mic and everything, I might show you a perception of me that I want you to see me as because I'm with you. Mm-hmm. Whereas like when I'm just me and my camera, I can almost like be myself because it's like no one's here watching me. I can just like be free and like, do you know what I'm saying? So I think that's like a counter argument.
For sure. I wouldn't say everyone's completely fake in front of the camera.
No, but what I'm saying is like if you're like a different person on camera and a different person in real life, we're assuming that the person that you are on camera is the fake you, but it could definitely be that the person in real life is the fake you.
For instance, like on Freshly Grounded, you come across on camera funny, light-hearted, generous, just like a really nice guy. Now the reality is,
yeah, Sam,
you are generally like that.
Yeah.
But you can maybe choose to portray yourself in a different way on camera.
I feel like, let's say for example, on Freshly Grounded, I'm like relaxed, happy, etc., etc. And in real life, I might be more stressy, which is true, yeah. But I would say,
you want a video of you being stressed on social media?
Would I put a video of you being stressed on social media?
You wouldn't, would you?
Here's the thing.
Almost feel like it's not.
I'll tell you why I wouldn't. Because when I'm stressed, I'm not in the mood to pick up a camera and film. But if you're saying like, if there's someone following me around and filming me and they caught me while stressed, I don't think I'll be scared to upload that. Now, I feel like I feel like my persona on social media isn't necessarily because I'm not stressed on social media, but I am a bit more stressed in real life. I don't think that I'm being fake on social media. I just think that when I only film or I only record when I'm not stressed. So you are seeing a real me, but you're not seeing like stressy me.
The best side of you.
Right, because
the side that you want to let the world see.
Right. But only because I wouldn't pick up a camera if I was stressed. Because when I'm stressed, my priority isn't the camera. My priority is whatever I'm stressed about. So I think a lot of people like to play on the idea of like people being fake online, and I think that it's definitely like a case by case scenario as opposed to like,
of course, definitely not generalizing 100%.
Yeah,
but I'm saying a lot of people. I mean, you do see it often, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Cool.
What we got next, bro?
It's about the FTC cracking down on celebs who aren't labeling sponsored Instagram posts. So the Federal Trade Commission.
So,
mate, can you chop me a custard cream, please? And I'm willing to catch it.
Sure, I found these custard creams, huh?
Should I on? That's all.
Go on, let me have one, please.
Only Sam catches it for me.
You caught it already.
Thank you. Bismillah. I feel like this is not podcast etiquette, but how about one of us eats and one of us talks?
It's like frisbee.
Wow. So
can't-
while you eat that, I'll explain it to you.
You can't talk and eat it.
You know how on TV you can't advertise brands and put product placement without stating that it's product placement. So if you see certain TV shows before the show starts or within like the first couple seconds of the TV show, you'll see a little P in the top left or right corner or in the bottom left or right corner. And what that's saying is that there's product placement in this TV show. And same thing in movies and that kind of stuff. And you have to essentially claim it. And then so now basically the FTC is saying that, so the biggest social media is fast becoming the biggest output for adverts. So people want to advertise using social influencers or through YouTubers and that kind of stuff. And so the FTC is now clamping down and saying you can't be fake to your not fake to your followers. You can't make it seem to your followers like it's like you actually like this toothpaste brand if you're being paid for it, like without saying this is a paid for ad.
Right.
So all they're saying is basically you have to make it clear that it's an ad, essentially. Like if you're making a YouTube video or Instagram post, just at the bottom of it, right, this is an advertisement.
Is that you have to do that now? Do you? Or
yeah, like they're clamping down on it, yeah. So I recently did.
How do you feel about that?
I think that's perfectly good and okay. Like I feel like if I was following a person, I would want to know when it's an advert, and I would be okay with it being an advert because, for example,
do you think it will affect the sales?
I don't think so, bro. Because here's the thing, a lot of social influencers do this in the sense that I would only promote something that I feel like still goes with my morals. So I wouldn't ever promote like a brand that like sells like I don't know alcohol, for example, because it doesn't go with my morals. So if I'm promoting it, that means that I do approve of it. And
do you think everybody would be like that?
No, but this is just my opinion,
personally.
and I think that if this is a person's job, if their job is social media and stuff like that, and this is how they get paid, I think the follower or the fan shouldn't be annoyed at the person for just doing their job and getting paid. But in fact, I think that they should be more annoyed if you're trying to sell them a product and not tell them it's an advert. It's almost like you're trying to lie to them, like, oh, I love this product. At least if you're saying, I love this product, but this is an advert. It's like saying, look, I do really like this product, but listen, guys, I am being paid to review it. And like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that because that's your job. So the post that I did most recently, I wrote at the bottom, in the post I wrote that I've teamed up with this. I said I've been teamed up with this brand, which is like saying like, you know, we're working together on a business relationship. And at the bottom I just wrote that I wrote #ad, which is like what the social influencers tend to do.
Why did you choose to do that?
Because I don't want people to think that I don't want people to think that I'm trying, because it's obvious that it's an ad, and I'd rather be like, guys, look, this is an ad. Do you know what I mean? It's not. And so even on the Freshly Grounded videos, every single Freshly Grounded video you see on YouTube, in the description it says this video contains adverts. Because it does. It contains adverts for for Izaha, it contains adverts for 59, it contains
Flavor.
other adverts sometimes. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's important that you're transparent with your audience.
It's interesting. I've never put that much thought into it, to be fair. I would say either way. I don't think I'd personally be affected by it.
Really?
I'm not just saying that.
But that's you, bro. But some people who follow social influencers.
Protect people from just buying into anything.
No, it's to say it's because it's like being not sneaky. What's the word? Like cunning, like trying to like utilize the fact that you have a following and people will like buy into the stuff that you sell. You're utilizing that for your own monetary gain without like telling them. It just doesn't seem very moral. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I understand the argument.
Also, you're saying you wouldn't be bothered by it, but you're not the type of person who like really like will fangirl over someone or like follow someone and like love what they do. There's people out there who like really follow personalities and that they're really big fans of them. And so for them, it's a big thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, like I'm supporting you all your work and like now you're trying to kind of cheat me. Like the least you could do is tell me when you're promoting something so I know that it's an ad. Do you know what I mean?
But then if you're promoting something and it's like, look, guys, I wouldn't generally buy this myself, but I'm getting paid to do this, so I'm going to talk about it. But I do actually like it. It's like, if you're doing it.
I think the difficult bit comes, when a social influencer is promoting a product that they wouldn't actually condone.
Yeah.
Then it's like, that's the tough bit. But I personally think that most social influencers don't promote products that they wouldn't condone. But then again, everybody has a price.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I think there's definitely people out there who don't have morals like that, and they think, look, I don't care, like it's my job, money, and I'll promote whatever I have to promote. At the end of the day, it's paying me. I'm sure there's people like that, but that's where it gets tough, innit?
Of course. Interesting.
Is that the end of current events, Nate?
Yeah, that's all we got for today.
Current events. Current events.
Current events.
Oh wow, you upped the volume. Interesting. It is a tough one, man. Advertising. There's a lot of it's madness because there's so many ways companies can advertise, but nowadays, like, you notice that companies and corporations are putting less money into the old school ways of advertising and putting more money into social influencers. And before it was just like smaller companies, but now you're seeing like, people like L'Oreal, for example, who is a massive corporation, they put a big chunk of their marketing budget into online influencers. Yeah, and that's a big corporation. And you see it with like water, like even I saw it with like water brands on like I saw a famous person yesterday post about a brand of water. And stuff like that, because it makes sense. Say if I'm a sports person and I have a big following, and people almost think like, oh, if he drinks that water, and like he's like a top level athlete.
Yeah, of course.
Not that I'll become a top level athlete.
You trust them, you take from them, wouldn't you? Yeah.
A lot of gym companies do it, like protein companies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever
when you have like a protein company and you've got the guy as the model, you just automatically think, if I invest my money into this, I'm gonna look like that, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's like
It's usually the way. Yeah.
I think so. Do you tend to? I suppose a barbershop's different, isn't it? Because it's like an actual shop. It's not like a.
In what sense?
Like a barbershop isn't a product, is it?
As in, would we put money into social influence?
Yeah, like, but you don't.
Products we would.
Your products.
Yeah.
Well, you have quite a lot of products, don't you?
Yeah.
Like hair products and stuff.
Yeah, really nice, really good range, to be fair. Alhamdulillah.
Oh, do you know what, bruv? I actually should have asked you if you could bring down your hair thing for me.
Usually you ask me like sort of last minute, so I'm sure you would have asked me probably when I was getting on the train. But next time, if you give me a little bit of notice, I'll bring whatever you want. Cups, be it brownies, be it hair products, be it whatever you want. Just a little bit of notice, I can do that for you. Inshallah.
I'm going to come down probably before the next podcast. To be honest, get my hair cut. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, you were down. When were you down last?
Well, you weren't there when I was down last, I don't think. Oh, were you?
Yeah,
of course. I dropped you home.
That was kind of you, man.
Nah, no problem.
We had a great chat, didn't we?
We did have a beautiful chat.
We had an exotic juice. Did you notice I changed the size?
The larger now.
Bigger cup.
Yeah.
Bigger coffee cups as well.
Are they? I haven't noticed the big coffee cups. Because whenever I get coffee from your shop, I tend to drink in.
Yeah.
There's something nice about having the coffee in and like reading and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, it's nice if you can find ease there and you can relax and sit and be comfortable. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's normal. That's generally the vibe in coffee shops. However, I actually went to a coffee shop recently. I think yesterday or the day before, and because I really love the vibe of a coffee shop, especially if I'm like stressed over work and stuff. I need to just go and like freely think, and coffee shops have that just vibe about them. So I went there and I got myself a coffee and I did a bit of that, and it was really distracting because there was music in the background. And so one thing I love about 59 is the music.
A lot of people are complaining about not having music.
Really? What, customers?
I suppose not complaining, but constructive criticism. People are like, why don't you have some music?
Really? Or does it just feel too bare? Oh man, it was really bugging me yesterday, the day before yesterday when I was at the coffee shop. I was just trying to read or like write down some notes, and it just annoying me. I couldn't stop hearing the music.
Yeah.
I had to leave.
Yeah. Wow.
No, actually I didn't leave. What I actually ended up doing is I ended up coming back, picking up my headphones, and I went back. I left my stuff there, I left my coffee there. I went back to it and I typed in on YouTube sounds of nature, and I played like the ocean to go and like birds whistling and stuff over the sound of the music. It helped a bit.
Why don't you just put the Quran on something?
Because I wanted to do Quran justice, and actually if I'm listening to it, listen to it. I didn't need something to listen to, I just needed something to hear so that I could focus on my stuff.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just heard nature, like, it wasn't fake nature.
There's hours and hours of them of nature, yeah.
It wasn't ideal either, to be honest. The ideal thing would have been silence.
Yeah. You should go to 59 then.
I should have.
You can guarantee silence.
That would have been an extra 40 minutes, probably 45 minutes.
Would it have been worth it? Maybe, I don't know.
And then 45 minutes back, so that's about 90 minutes.
Could have got a haircut as well.
Probably takes away from the whole point of me going and sitting in a coffee shop alone and jumping my thing down.
It's true.
I'm a big fan of Fernando. So we've got Abu Bakr coming in next week.
Abu Bakr from Roadside to Islam.
Yeah, Roadside to Islam coming in.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So he spoke to me on the phone this week, and but if he actually initiated it, he was like, I want to come in for the podcast. I was like, sick, that'd be amazing. And then now, I don't know how much you know about this, but you know, because obviously Abu Bakr used to be really like prominent in like the YouTube scene and all this kind of stuff and on social media, and recent years he's like switched to like becoming more charity driven and just like focusing on charity and promote the charity through his staff. And so I said to him, yes, that's sweet, man. Like, and he's like, yeah, what can we talk about? And I said, well, we'll talk a lot about sport and we'll explain sport and stuff like that and the charity. And he said, bro, nah, I don't really want to talk about that because I do that a lot, but I want to talk about like real issues.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. I was like, yes. Yeah, and he's like, there's certain things you spoke about with Bilal, for example, that I feel like I could go deeper on.
Yeah.
Like the whole idea of like black people, black Muslims struggling to get married more than like non-black Muslims and stuff like that. And he said he wanted to talk about that kind of stuff. So I was like, that's amazing. Like, we'd love to talk about that kind of stuff. But there's other things I want to talk to him about. For example, he has like a strong opinion on vloggers. Not that he hates vloggers, but he definitely has a strong opinion on like when vloggers are maybe exposing too much, or if it's like a lot. I want to go into it because he speaks to me about it a lot.
Yeah.
In private talks. So it'd be nice to like get his opinion on mic.
He's got some very valuable content, hasn't he?
Very valuable content.
He doesn't really waste time chatting nonsense, does he? He's always talking relevant issues.
I think it'd be quite more serious podcast.
We'll be more serious, but I think it'd be beneficial for people. Yeah.
And
so how did you meet Abu Bakr?
Oh man, how did I meet? That's such a good question. How did I meet Abu Bakr? Oh, do you know actually how I met him? Last year before, oh my days, it's only been like a year. Well, okay, so around this time last year, so I started YouTube in January last year, so before then I didn't know anyone in the scene.
Right.
Yeah, and then around this time last year, he tweeted me or Instagram DM me and basically said, I've got like an idea, like call me or something. So we spoke on the phone, like that was literally, I'd never spoken to him before. And we spoke on the phone and he basically said like, I've got this new idea for a TV show and I want you to present it. And I said, that sounds amazing. I'll be up for it. And he said, we want to shoot a pilot. Let's come down and shoot it. And so on the phone, he also told me about sport and what he's doing in sport. And I was like, that's amazing because I've been looking to support charity for so long, but I never know about like where the money's really good. And he said, he was just explaining like how transparent sport is and where the money goes. And I was sold, man. So he said to me, so he came down to my old office and we shot a pilot for the TV show. And then after we shot a video where we basically announced that we're going to do the 2K challenge, which is basically in Ramadan, an attempt to raise £2,000 for sport. Mm-hmm. And that was how we met, man. Like we met through that this time last year when we spoke about that. And then, alhamdulillah, we done that and we raised way more, alhamdulillah. And yeah, man, that was the shit. And then like we just became really tight, like, because I started almost seeing him like an older brother. Like he's very like he gives advice and it doesn't come from a nasty place either. Like he's very he's very straight up. Like one thing about Bakr that it took me a little while to get used to is that he's not being mean to you, but he's just straight up. Like he's not gonna like
beat around the bush.
Yeah. How did you meet him?
See him online because his videos were the first videos that I was exposed to.
Okay.
Someone sent me a video just as I became Muslim about, it was called like Shot in a Nightclub. And he's basically narrating it about someone that he knows from South London.
I think I've seen that video, yeah.
Who was practicing Muslim, trying to be a practicing Muslim, was obviously on the road and whatever, and got sort of dragged back into that life. He went out one night and ended up getting shot in the head and died in a nightclub. And it was a powerful video. And I remember listening to Abu Bakr narrating it. Obviously, he knew the brother in that. And it was very like, his whole branding and stuff was like, it was like, obviously Roadside to Islam was all about like ex-gangbangers and ex-gangster, ex-rappers and whatever coming to the deen. Now, I've never been on road, I've never been a gangbanger or rapper or anything like that, but I can very much relate to some of the topics that was discussed. So I remember just watching, like going through his channel and this guy was so serious and took it seriously, and rightly so. But like all these little reminders that he was doing about Salah, about marriage and everything, and it was like the first kind of someone I could relate to online really promoting the deen. And there was no like, there's no not that there should be any humour with the connected to the deen, but it was very clear cut, straight up, no messing around. And it kind of like, and the passion I felt at the time, I was like, right, I can really relate to this guy, how passionate he is about his life. His life is the deen, and everything he seems to do and promote is good, and it's about charity or reminders about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it's all, everything he's doing is for the sake of Allah, and you can see he's just such a sincere, genuine guy. And we've done bits and pieces together now, alhamdulillah. Done a few bits with him.
How did the introduction work though? Like, how did you meet everything?
So we did. He came down. I spoke to him online a few times. He came down. We did a Roadside to Islam video.
How long ago was this?
Maybe about a year ago as well.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then he did one with Josh as well. And then he then mentioned about the Spot project, because we had another project we were doing in India at the time. We started speaking about it then. And then he called me up and he said, "Oh, do you want to jump? Do you want to come and do it?" And come to Gambia, and I was like 100%. So we went from there, and then from then we've done various bits and pieces. But he's just a straight up guy, and he's the kind of like, is someone you want to have on your side, in the sense that he's always going to be doing something for the sake of Allah. So whatever he's doing goodness.
Shall I tell you one thing that I really love about Abu Bakr? Yeah, is that he talks about death so much.
Yeah.
And it sounds so weird me saying that, like that's something I love about him. But bro, like when you're with Abu Bakr, because he talks about, like, he doesn't talk about it sounds contradictory to say, but he doesn't talk about it in a morbid way. But he says stuff like this, for example. Yeah, I remember one time in Ramadan, it was in this last Ramadan. We was driving to Manchester together, and he was talking to me, and he was saying he's saying that because of traveling and stuff, he missed a few fasts. And I must have said something like, "Oh yeah, but it's right that you can make them up like when the days are shorter in December," because that's generally what people say and do. Yeah. And he goes to me, "Bro, as soon as Eid is over, I'm making up those fasts because I don't know if I'm going to be alive in December, and I am not going to Yom Kiyama owing Allah fast. I don't need to owe. I'm not owing Allah because I'm already in, like, essentially we say that day's already going to be tough for us. We don't need to go there owing things like that." And but like even that, like, so what I'm saying is the way he didn't speak about death like, "Oh, and then we're gonna go this and then like," but the way he just dropped one thing, yeah, he was just like, "Bro, I don't want to. I don't know if I'm alive in December." Saying I don't know if I'm gonna be alive in December, bro, without exposing myself, bro, like it hit me so hard. I was like, "Bro, that's so true. Like, how do I know I'm even gonna be alive in December?"
Powerful, isn't it?
And he always talks about death.
I think he talks about the Day of Judgment because it is a reality that we all have to face. But it's so beneficial when someone reminds about it in such a natural way. Because we know we've been warned about it. We know we're gonna have to stand there. Do you know what I mean? And he's someone who always will talk about the Day of Judgment. You remember why you're doing this video. You're doing this on the video on the Day of Judgment. This video might be a benefit to you on the Day of Judgment. So everything is for that day. Everything's for that day, man.
And like I said, the way it sounds so weird to say that you love when he talks about death, but it's just because the way he does it is never like in a rude way. He just brings you back to reality. Like when you think about death, you just remember like, oh yeah, we're gonna die. It's the only thing that's certain, that everyone in this whole world is certain of, whether they're religious, whether they're not religious, whether they're Muslim, whether they're Christian, whether they're no religion at all. Like everyone knows, guaranteed, no matter what, 100% you're gonna die. That's all we know. And so when he reminds you of that, you think to yourself, "Well, like, I'm doing all of this, and like 8 years time, or maybe even 1 year's time, like I'm not even gonna be here." And it's like, and all he's saying is, you don't even know if you're gonna be here in 5 days time. And then all of this stuff doesn't even matter. So then what have you done for the life for after you die? Do you know what I mean? And then yeah, it's just so powerful, man. That's the one thing that like I really want to talk to him about that on next week's episode, man. I want to ask him, like, why is it because for him to talk about death is natural. Like I said in that conversation, he didn't mean to tell me like, "Oh, you're gonna die. You don't know when you're gonna die, and that's why you should do fast." He just said about himself. He's like, "I don't know if I'm gonna be alive."
Yeah.
And so I want to find out what's made him so naturally think about death so often. I'm really intrigued.
He'll be an interesting person to talk to. Yeah.
The reason he's coming next Thursday is because he's actually flying out to Gambia the next day, and he's there for 6 weeks. So we won't be able to catch him. So I'm gonna shoot another video with him next week while we're here about the charity projects and stuff like that.
Okay.
So Yeah.
So he's there for 6 weeks, yeah?
Yeah, man. Did he ask you to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. It's just tough this time.
Difficult, very difficult with what I've got going on. Inshallah, man. Inshallah.
Soon, yeah. 6 weeks. I think that might mean that he's going to be there the whole
Ramadan.
He might be back just before the end of Ramadan, I suppose.
Mashallah, he's just on it, bruv.
Man, it is inspiring, man.
He is inspiring, very inspiring. He's very, very inspiring. And his reminders and his, like, I follow people on Instagram who promote and remind and inspire about business, which is fantastic. But he's like the guy to remind and inspire and post about the bigger picture of Jannah and remind for that and working for your goals. Not everything is in this world and in dunya. We're talking about the hereafter. So he's an inspiring guy, man. For
the first time that I can actually remember, the other day when I was on the phone to him about this, he actually gave me some business inspiration. Actually,
yeah,
which is funny, and it was really inspiring. He just said to me, he was like, "What you up to nowadays?" and stuff like that. I was like, "Bro, I'm just working. Like every day, I'm just at work, etc." And he was like, "Bro, listen, nobody's gonna chase your dreams for you. So just keep grinding. You have to break your back to get successful if you run your own thing." And that's all he said, but. I suppose you listen to people more when they're people of few words.
Yeah.
Because he's a man of few words. What he does say is quite valuable.
Yeah, it's true.
So even by him saying that, like, it was nice. And he doesn't really ever talk about business and stuff. So for him to say that, gave me a bit of a kick, which was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Interesting guy.
Yeah. Interesting guy.
Ramadan's gonna be immense for us because I suppose it's the first time we're announcing it, isn't it? Like on air.
Yeah.
But we're actually gonna be doing. What was it? 2 episodes a week, inshallah.
Ramadan specials.
Inshallah, Ramadan specials.
And we're going to be shooting it in St Albans.
Yes. So we're doing every Friday. There's going to be an episode out like normal in this studio, like normal. So every Friday, and then every Monday night we're gonna shoot another episode throughout Ramadan, inshallah, in St Albans. And then that will most probably be out on Tuesday. So probably Tuesday and Friday there'll be an episode. And the reason being is because in Ramadan, I think we want to kind of try our best to like also more than like talk about Deen and also try and like get content out there so people can listen to music less and listen to kind of replace it. Although obviously we're not saying that our content is valuable like Quran or anything like that. But also because we want to have guests as well, don't we? We want to have like knowledgeable guests.
Yes, we're looking to obviously we have non-Muslim followers as well, but during the Ramadan specials I think there'll be more catered for Deen reminders, the fact we would have been fasting, the stuff that comes with fasting, what we broke our fast with, advice on what the best thing to break fast. We'll come with some knowledge as well. We'll make sure there's benefit, inshallah.
Yeah, and we'll try and bring people of knowledge who are like are knowledgeable in different fields that like. Maybe like we can even bring on like nutritionists and
I've
stuff.
got a fantastic nutritionist I'm hoping to bring on.
Oh really?
Yeah, man.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, he's very, very knowledgeable. Again, follow his story and stuff on Instagram, and everything is just the knowledge he has on everything is just remarkable. It's good. So inshallah we're going to bring him on. He can share his knowledge.
I would be so interested because I imagine that if you eat the right things at the right times during Ramadan, you can get all the nutrients that you need in your body and fast without struggling too much.
That's the thing. I'm going to use it as a time to cut, I think, in Ramadan, inshallah. So
really? When
it's time to...
You don't need to cut though, bro.
No. I've got like a bit of a belly in that.
Is that what you feel?
Yeah.
I mean,
in the sense that
I would look at you and be like...
In the sense that I'm not looking to, when I break fast, eat loads of stuff.
Right.
I'm looking to I want to keep myself quite light. I still have good food,
right.
but I want to have loads of juices and smoothies.
Yep.
So I get like my natural sugar and stuff, my nutrients in, but just keep it light. I want to kind of go to sleep, not have it. Years before, I've done it all wrong. Broken fast, banging off loads of food.
Same.
Then you eat loads of food afterwards. It's just not good. I want to keep it light, basically.
In your culture, you probably don't have like samosas and stuff,
Nah.
and we have like in our culture, it's such a big thing to overfast like deep fried samosas and kebabs. And
Bad
it's
for you
like,
though, man.
Man,
Like breaking your fast with fizzy drink, bruv. Like it's really
worst,
bad for you. Like terrible for your insides, isn't it?
So my aim is to like kind of similar, like have less fried stuff, and like when you're fasting, you almost have this mentality that like because I've been fasting all day, I can have as much cake and chocolate as I want, but that's really not true.
Nah.
And so I'm gonna make sure I try my best not to eat like all of that rubbish, like biscuits and cakes and custard creams.
Do you reckon you'll train during Ramadan?
So my intention is to train during Ramadan, yes, but I've never trained during Ramadan before. So I'm saying now, yeah, I'll train, but I'm gonna see how it goes. I might end up just not being able to handle it.
I think a lot of people, not that I train during Ramadan, I do occasional like cardio, like cycling and stuff, but not gym. But people go just before we break fast,
Yeah,
so
I
just
can't
before
do
Maghrib.
that, yeah.
That's like for me. That's like the time when I'm like on the verge of
No,
Really, I
can't do that,
really
can't
feel
do
it.
that. And also, like, just before Maghrib is like a really good time to do your du'as, do your
Du'as, yeah.
adhkar, and that kind of stuff. Like, that's quite a valuable time, to be
Yeah, it's
honest.
true.
So if we do, so the boys that I train with, they are doing gym sessions, but they're gonna join to like a 24-hour gym nearby temporarily, and they're gonna do like really late night sessions. So I'm probably gonna do late night sessions. I won't be doing sessions at I will not be doing sessions at on Mondays anymore, because obviously Mondays we're gonna be doing Freshly Grounded. So I haven't figured out how I'm gonna do that, because normally Mondays is shoulder day. Although today I'm doing shoulders.
Really?
Yeah, because I've got a bad back.
How did you get a bad back?
Not because normally today's back day. I don't know, but I've been getting like some sharp pains in my back, like small. So I don't want to like bother it, because your back is such a fundamental part of your body.
Absolutely.
You know, if you feel anything slightly it's better to just allow it,
It
innit?
is, for sure.
Yeah, and I miss shoulders this week anyway. I'm slacking a bit on gym right now.
1 week off.
Not even a week. I've just been like I'm missing like sessions here and there and stuff like that. Man, it's tough like getting into
Consistency, man.
Proper, man.
It's tough.
Do you get time?
Do I get time?
Yeah.
You can make time. It's just setting your day out correctly, innit?
Yeah. But you're an early riser, aren't you?
Yeah, but I'm struggling. Things have changed for me now. Fajr is at a particular time,
Yeah.
so it's like I need to go back to sleep before I get up for the day. But then that never really makes me feel overly fresh.
I think
Do you know
right now, so Fudger's gonna get to a point real soon where you have to go to sleep after praying.
Yeah.
But I think right now, if you were to wake up at like 5, an hour before it finishes, although it's better to wake up as soon as it happens. If you were to wake up at 5, I don't know what it's like in St. Albans, but in London right now it's about 6 a.m.
Finishes at
sunrise.
6, yeah.
Yeah. So if you were to wake up at 5 and pray, and you were to sleep at like 10, that's a decent sleep.
Yeah, you could get up at 5, but still 5 for me, like, it's possible.
You wake up at 5:30 normally, though, don't you?
At the minute, I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I'm at the minute, I'm having to go back to sleep after Fajr, and I'm not feeling particularly fresh for it. Ideally, in winter time, like you can pray like 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
6:30, and then you're just up for the day. It just makes sense.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sleep.
Ramadan changes everything, obviously.
Yeah.
And you're praying, you're staying up till Fajr, you're going to sleep at 3:30 or whatever.
Because you work for yourself, what's your plan in regards to Ramadan timings? Are you gonna change your timings?
Yeah, I do always change my timings.
Same.
Inshallah, I let the boys in the shop who always start like after the dhuhr, so like 1 o'clock.
Really?
Yeah, for anyone who wants to fast. For me, my intention will be I'll just do maybe 2 days work cutting hair, and then the rest of the time I don't know. I want to just use my time a bit wiser. I don't want to physically be like exhausting myself with cutting hair. So less work, more ibadah.
How many days are you cutting hair nowadays?
Maybe 3.
Oh, okay.
3
I
and a
thought you
half.
completely stopped.
No. I've still got quite a big clientele, to be fair.
Yeah.
Minimal. I do try and do minimal, but I have still got quite a big clientele.
Yeah.
So I cut hair yesterday all day.
Really?
Tomorrow I'm cutting it. I'm working tomorrow just morning, and then I'm working all day Saturday.
I suppose the good thing is that when we go on, inshallah, do this Freshly Grounded tour, then like you can just cut my hair on tour.
Yeah.
Maybe. You would be able to do that. Well, you would do that for me, wouldn't you, Sam?
Yeah, I did it in Gambia.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you half did.
Shaped you up.
I got a really funny video of Gambia of when me and you were like, when we were like putting the bricks on the masjid.
Yeah.
And then remember like just before we left the house, basically I sat on the chair and you turned the razor on to start shaping me up, and then like someone was like, "Yo, I'm working at the car, you know you have to go," and then you did turn the razor off. It was just by my head. And you weren't able to shape me up. And then the video is of us like putting bricks on the masjid, and I come back to the video and you're like, "Oh, how'd you do that?" I was like, "Oh, you know," and you were like,
Nice shape up.
Nice shape up, bro." I was like, "Oh, no."
That was funny.
So funny, man. I can't wait. I really want to do this Freshly Guided tour.
Where do you want to
There's just no demand for it.
go? Inshallah, there will be.
I don't even know what we would do on tour. I suppose like a live Q&A.
Yeah, but what are they going to ask us?
But a lot of podcasts do live tours though. So I wonder what they do.
Probably just sit and talk about valuable content.
Innit? Let's just do this but live.
That'd be good.
But would people sit for that?
Not for us.
Yeah, not for us. But I mean like...
Maybe if we got some valuable content.
But do people sit for that though?
I wouldn't.
We know we got listeners in America now.
Yeah.
We know we got listeners in, I think it was Germany. Malaysia. Alhamdulillah. England. Let me just tell you the most recent one. What was the most recent one I sent you? Was it Boston? I think, in America we've had, Canada.
Canada.
How nice was that that email that we got from Canada,
Beautiful,
by the way?
beautiful, really nice. There's some great emails.
We've had amazing emails, and I'm going to actually get back to replying to those. Oh, Denmark was the one that sent me
Denmark?
something. Yeah. Yeah, the guy from Denmark said at the end of his email, he wrote a lovely email to us, which I'm going to reply to. And he said, actually, I'm going to read this email now. He goes, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. Oh, no, he said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Sam and Faisal. Where do I start? ... I bought a juicer.
Oh, fantastic, alhamdulillah.
Yes, watch the documentary as well. Yep,
Yes.
you influenced me.
Oh, fantastic.
And then he just talks about how much like he's enjoyed the podcast, etc., etc. He made some dua for us, may Allah bless him. And then at the end he said, "P.S. Still not convinced about the flat Earth though."
Maybe that's the sound of someone who's not put much research into it.
Really?
So all due respect, if you want to learn about the flat Earth, like I've said before, take some time out of your day, your time out of your schedule.
I don't know.
Jump
man.
on the online, jump on YouTube. You wouldn't know because you've not looked into it.
Nah, I don't know.
So just simply search in the search bar, flat Earth conspiracies. There'll be hundreds of videos. Search corruption within NASA. There's loads of stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Shall I tell you what, bro? Do you know a guy called Eddie Bravo?
Who?
Eddie Bravo.
No.
Eddie Bravo is a jiu-jitsu coach.
Okay.
He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he teaches a class called, as far as I know, 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, I think up in Texas, at the On It Academy. Why am I telling you this? Eddie Bravo is like the biggest like advocate for flat Earth theory.
Really?
Yeah, and like a lot of conspiracies. Oh, bro, did you hear that you know that guy we talked about before? I think Alex Jones, that conspiracy guy. Have you heard there's something going on about him in the news?
What's that? I don't watch the news as much as you, to be fair.
No, I heard it on a podcast. What happened? Like, I can't remember, yeah. But like for something, like he's in like some legal trouble.
Doesn't surprise me.
He's in some proper legal trouble, and he's basically claiming. I don't want to say without not knowing what it is, but essentially he's in some kind of legal trouble, and he's claiming that some of the things that he said is actually like his character that he puts on to try and get himself out of this legal trouble.
Really?
Something like that. Worth looking into.
Okay.
Should we look into it? Nah, we'll look into it at some point.
Do you know? Are you aware of Alex Jones?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you know what like his concept?
Apparently, he has a podcast that is like one of the most listened to podcasts in the world, and it's about
Terror Wars or something, is it?
I have no idea. And apparently, it's about conspiracies.
It is, yeah. I've watched a couple.
Alex Jones is here. We go. Look. But then now he's saying he's not a performance because apparently maybe it's him or his lawyer said that he's a performance artist and all that kind of stuff. He's in a legal battle with his ex-wife over the custody of their children.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. For the better part of 2 decades now, he has been on this thing, and he's basically saying that. So he basically, or him or someone like on his behalf or something, basically said that he's actually like a performance artist.
Infowars is his podcast.
Is it?
Infowars, yeah.
Yeah. So he's basically saying that some of the stuff he said, because I think he said some really controversial stuff, like that certain things are fake and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I think him or someone from his team might have said that like it's actually all an act, blah blah, just so that he was. I think because he wants to get the some custody. And then his wife said that it's definitely not an act, like it's completely genuine. His ex-wife. I don't know too much about it.
Should look into it.
I might.
You won't, will you? One day when we've got a spare time, we'll watch some of these conspiracy theories.
Maybe like when we're on the Freshly Grinded tour and we're in our hotel room.
Yeah.
One thing that we need to do soon when we have spare time though is answer back to all of these beautiful emails.
Yeah, we do.
I feel so rude not replying to them, and they're so lovely.
I wish I had the email address. Obviously, you've not given it to me. You've said that you want to keep it to yourself. But if
Have I
did,
said that? Have I said that?
Have you given it to me?
I haven't given it to you. Would you like it?
I took that as what you meant.
That can be arranged.
Maybe I should take that as well.
No problem. Guys, thank you so much for listening to episode 10, double figures of Freshly Grounded. Inshallah, many more to come. We want to hit triple figures and quadruple figures and septillion figures and octillion figures and decalogon figures. But we have to start somewhere, and we are on episode 10. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
I suppose next week, Abu Bakr.
Inshallah. That'll be good. Looking forward to it.
Same here. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.